It's competitive, Henry.
Give him one more go.
One more time, Na'Vi Nation.
Malto! Na'Vi! Nails! This grand final is about to continue. We've got Overpass coming up next. Here are your commentators, ladies and gentlemen, for one more time. Make some noise for map number 2.
Yeah, thank you. You know what? Wow, I'm stunned. Two gentlemen who sound the same, look the same, and have Malta on its feet. Yes, welcome back to the casting desk, the HMS Giga Chad for Hooksy, Moses, Scrawny. We're here with map number 2 because what we have just seen is unprecedented. Na'Vi have lost a map at Pro League for the first time, and it is the first step in this best-of-5 grand finals that puts them down a peg and puts them in a kind of difficult spot. We were talking about the veto at the start of this series. We were discussing whether Overpass was the right pick, or maybe this is a dangerous game for Alexi to be playing. But alas, here we are, gentlemen. One map in the back pocket of Maus as their streak continues, and Overpass set to begin.
And let's be real, that first map was a little bit embarrassing for Na'Vi. They kind of got steamrolled by Maus. The fast-paced tactics they couldn't slow down, not really able to build up any momentum of their own. Maus kind of marched through Inferno with no real issues, a couple hiccups, but no problems. So Na'Vi have to respond very fast. They need it right now on Overpass.
I'm looking forward to see what they have prepared with this pick, because it's not the obvious pick. And I was actually looking a bit at their stats here in the break, and it doesn't look good for their CT side for Na'Vi, which is usually
the stronger side.
Yeah, like where you go for like the sim rounds, stuff like this. So,
well, we'll have to find out. Bit's gonna try and recover from a bad opening map. JL under pressure, and after the opening kill, Na'Vi just collapse again. They get picked apart moving around the map, and Maus is in complete control. 4-on-2.
Because Maus are also getting active, right? We see the fallback from Torzi through the apartments, fight down through the short. All of a sudden, Maus decide, no, yeah, we're not going to lean back. We're not going to chill out. We're going to take it to you, take it back from you.
Which has been their MO throughout this their entire tournament, really.
You know, as every wise player says, they're playing their game.
The one time it actually makes sense.
Yes,
yeah.
when it's working. Still a full belt of utility on Alexi B to maybe get something rolling towards this A site, but we do have that bathrooms alert coming down, hunting. As Frozen gives up his angle, Torzi is just going to tap into the back of Alexi's head. Brain splattered. And a round that matters, Emet circles back. 36 health versus 4. Ooh, had a chance at a freebie, but now those connector men are going to come running upwards. And that should be the end of this 5 health Emet. Sure enough, it is a CT pistol collected by Maus, even despite a 4v5 against them to start.
that's a feel-good round for Torshi, and Torshi is going to be instrumental as well for Maus, because the AWP on this map on CT side is just so important, and you know, no matter how good of a mentality you have when it goes bad, it's definitely always a help when you have a good pistol round. It feels so good to hit those shots. So we'll see. Maybe he can even farm up some ecos now to make it even better, and then first gun round will be tough.
Even positioning himself really well. I think we'll see that throughout this half on Overpass, especially like one of those A players that flower pots out towards long. It's such a safe place to be in the mid round if you don't really know what's coming, and it gives you that opportunity for that quick lurk through the bathrooms as well. Just to build on this idea that this is kind of a dangerous map for Na'Vi to pick into this series, this is a different Na'Vi team than what we saw in Cologne when this roster first came together, when it was obviously very disjointed. They haven't played this map since then. They haven't played this map in an official as this kind of lineup that has a little bit more confidence, a little bit more comfort together. So this is really kind of, I mean, trial by fire, and the biggest fire possible in the grand finals.
Yeah, you must assume that they had some really good results in practice and they feel comfortable on the map, but even then, it's not the same thing as practice, right? And
how often does that equate for you, one-to-one from practice to officials, you know?
It's never one-to-one. It's really that much. But yeah, there's some maps that you just feel comfortable on as an individual, and then, of course, like, it's not as hard to get it going on that map, but Overpass, I feel like, for example, a map like Inferno is the best example. On Inferno in practice, everyone is rushing you every round. There's not a round that takes more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
In official, it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
You get so much space, and you have to learn how to hit sites and stuff like this. So
done deal, folks. Easy does it. One single kill. That's it.
He got 3 more, Torshi, so he's
rack it up.
He's ready.
He had a quiet map 1 compared to the rest of his playoffs, so he's looking to pop off early. Not going to have the AWP quite yet.
I blame Inferno, you know? It limited Torzy.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
now he's playing CT side overpass, A site.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled, Moses.
Yeah, well, they dropped him at M4 for this round. That's passed over by Xertion, so let's see how it goes. Full buy for Na'Vi, 4 Galils, an AK-47. That'll make you happy as an in-game leader. Everyone's got nades.
Yeah, that's important. Also one of the maps where I feel like it would actually make more sense to force in the second round as T to have that full buy in the third round. Like on this map, you would like to have all the nades for the map control. You would like to have the AWP for the long distance. So rounds like this typically ends towards B, and it's really tough.
Oh, nice flash.
What a flash.
Oh, that was Alexi. I thought that might have been Xertion with a self-flash, but that's a good toss-up from Alexi on the reaction.
Man, he just looks like a fool running through the open.
Yeah.
Just a sitting duck, like no chance. Simple's gonna gobble that one up, so 2 for the GOAT.
This is where it can get dicey, though. As you can see, Frozen pushing up again. A player putting themselves out towards long for the mid-round for the second timing. And Ima's got so many different places he has to worry about. It's all down to when Frozen chooses to make his move and if Ima gets that sense.
Big fight for Frozen to pick up. And then there's that unknowingness as to whether he would leave or not. But he sticks around for a little longer, and Alexi's going to get the trade frag. It's damage done versus Alexi and Bit. It's not a comfortable 3v2, but it's man advantage regardless. This whole time, Simple's been sat in a portion of the map he earned.
Well, Mouse is calling the bluff. Mouse is like, if you guys are going to walk A, sure, go for it, take the round win, but we're going to park 2 here. Na'Vi's coming back, and they don't have a whole lot of time. Flashes better be God tier again.
They're coming, he's blind. He's blind as a bat. Jipat just starts spraying. Still very winnable with the nade. It could find the one in the back.
Oh.
Simultaneous kills from Torzy. Triple on the site.
Well, that definitely doesn't hurt his confidence either. That's pretty good. 3K every round so far.
Yeah, we take that. That's a nice clutch, and obviously helped out. Na'Vi doesn't have the time to slow it down and deal with that. They don't have time to deal with the position. And more than anything, they don't have the HP.
Makes a lot of sense for Mouse as well to stack to be in this scenario because they cleared Frozen all the way up long with 40 seconds left, and the amount of angles you have to clear to get to the A side from there is it's basically impossible. So it was a tough situation for Na'Vi, but
and that's one of the reasons why some pro players say they don't like this map.
yeah. Well, move your ass.
Yeah. 40 seconds. Oh, Simple. Half his health gone just on the fadeaway. Frozen's gonna stick around. Floats on Fountain. Keeps them all back. Ooh, I take it back. JL, clean headshot.
Still, I mean, it doesn't happen enough at a point to where Mouse is going to be afraid of going back to that in the future. They're still going to harass you up at Fountain. They're still going to be pushing long on timings. Na'Vi haven't done enough to dissuade them from those kinds of aggressive plays. So JL just looking for some kills at the end of the round, take some economy away. But there's so many players ready to deal with this and so many off angles.
You ever feel like that, Hooksy?
All the time. Oh, he's charging up for the next round.
Yeah,
You'll see.
okay, sure. Professor X over here. 4th one for Mouse in a row. Torzy already flying off the rails, man. 10-2.
You love that for your offer. You
100%.
love that hot start for your offer.
Because he hasn't even had to swing with just that op yet. All right, but you've already powered him up to a 10-2 start. Now that sniper in hand. Man, the T side of overpass can be soul crushing. I don't know if Na'Vi can handle it. Let's get a gun round in early if you're them.
I think this is going to dictate a lot of how we're going to see Na'Vi play this half. If this round goes well for them, we can see a contest. If this round goes really, really badly, I think we'll see them get a little disorganized as it goes on, because then you add in the stress of the situation.
Yeah, I don't want to be a doomsdayer 5 rounds into map 2 of a best of 5 grand final.
I'll do it for you.
Right, but we need a little life out of Na'Vi. So I think you're dead on, Jason. This one sets a precedent. It sets a tone. You know, the atmosphere will change after this round.
It goes back to what we were just talking about. No real officials on this map. So all of a sudden, if things are crumbling and you're not well drilled and well practiced on it, like you're going to be like, oh, this was a horrible idea. Like that's the thought that enters your brain. Like, oh, how are we on overpass?
Yeah, I was wondering if Torzy was going to be switching between A and B this much, because on other maps he's really good at this, as being all the way.
5 health makes a world of difference. but I feel like Torzy saw a glimpse. And Alexi popped. More where that one came from. Flash over the short side. Jimpat's going to try to hold it. Blind Torzy regains vision, but as the ops on cycle, Simple busts through, and a wall bang out of Bit certainly helps. At a distance, Frozen connects. Then Bit puts an end to him, and sure enough, 5 rounds into this T side, Na'Vi post 1.
They needed it. They needed it, and importantly, they took the AWP away from Torzy, an expensive weapon, no longer in position to help Mouse in this next round. That's very well executed from Na'Vi. Good flashes to keep the off the angle, and a real nasty little jiggle peek from Simple in that monster tunnel.
Nice to see Ime get a kill. You know, we go back to like the big breakout of Ime in Gamer Legion for the Paris Major. When he was on Overpass, this was like a specialist, right? Watching Ime work T-side Overpass, constantly playing up through bathrooms into that A play. He was a one-man army on a whole other level. And if this is the event where we're going to get him returning to form, slotting into this international project where he originally struggled, this could actually be a home turf advantage.
He better have a good game. Look at the amount of times we've seen him pushed and pressured from long. This is the 3rd time we've seen a long setup from Mouse already in the first 6 rounds.
Frozen just head tucked. Can also bank, of course, on Torzy inside bathrooms.
And so much is on this round. Like, if Mouse wins this round, they
I'm so
will
worried.
steamroll them, I think. But if they lose it, it's...
Oh, what could have been. Torzy versus Bit. He has to bail back. Ooh, flirts around with the corner. Frozen's here to help. That's one of the 2 dead, and they're just going to try to press up through bathrooms knowing this fallback isn't fast enough to stop them. Rotation up also won't be enough. And Torzy, instead of hitting that bomb site, just leans back into long.
Well, he's still got Shuhei, who's pushed up towards Fountain. There was actually 3 playing long, and Na'Vi only spotted 2. JL's looking for it. If Shuhei goes down, they might lose track of Torzy, but I don't even know if a retake is going to be possible. Good damage done, and Shuhei's going to cross over, just pass by JL.
Man, Shuhei's found 2 good timings in terms of peeking into players, but he didn't get either kill. When we see him fight Fountain, could have had one, didn't grab it. This one versus JL could have also been huge if they wanted to get the retake going. But alas, it's Na'Vi with a second 5 alive for the time being as well, just skirting by what was that 3-man A long setup, getting into the bomb site and planting, play objective. It's a round win as far as they're concerned, and clearing out Torzy even helps.
That was probably the most important round for Na'Vi in the whole half, right there. So if they didn't win that one, and maybe Mouse even gets the AWP back from Simple or something, it would have been a disaster, basically.
Yeah, complete disaster. You could have seen it all come crumbling down. Well, they passed the tests, and Mouse don't really have a whole lot of money to fight with, so the Deagle on Xerxin, the MP9 on Jimpat, those are going to be the only weapons they really bring to bear in this next round as they try and build up, trying to save some of the rifles, but Na'Vi takes them out of their hands.
And important as well, I don't think that Toshi will have the AWP for the next round as well, unless Jimmy is farming up some real money now, because they're only on 2 loss bonus, so yeah, that one round really,
Yeah, that
really
hurts.
did a lot.
Well, let's see. Maybe you get lucky with the SMG for the bonus money. Maybe you get lucky and find Simple. There's a good start.
Ooh, but that AK. Oh, long hands.
Yep.
Oh, it's so close. JL 5 health. Simple not able to do anything in there because that boost was just beyond his vision. Oh, that could have been massive. 5 versus 3.
Navi's being so patient right now. Simple's just been posted for the peak by Blue Door for some time. And I mean, Ema, at least you can understand why. He's been pushed 3 times already in this half. This is about to be a 4th. He just gives up the angle. So Mouse has some information. They can stack the B bomb site, but do they even have the resources to put a stop to anything? It's USPs and 1 recovered AK-47.
Oh, that's one way to line up the heaven smoke.
There it comes. Shui's just taking a second here, hoping this goes unchecked. Oh, he pops up. Finishes off JL. Can't manage a second. And then those weapons are able to burst out through connector. They have a little short control. It's being held by Ime, and he makes sure Torzy can't get into the sandbags. A little bit of more damage, so be it. They actually burn Alexi all the way. So only 2 survivors here for Na'Vi, but a nice 3-4 T-side early on.
Yeah, that smoke looked cool and all, but it ended up in water.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't want to call it out in the moment, but it definitely missed.
Unfortunate.
He probably forgot it. He's like, I gotta at least make this look like I'm trying.
That was definitely an effort.
Не, ну смотрите, ребят, получается что? Мышки вроде так здраво начали, бодро полетели, но в один фиг что-то сломалось. Сейчас прикольно, Сью уже сделал эту засаду, но жаль, что калаш был не у него. Да. Так можно было бы, конечно, выровнять. Вернее, инициативу забрать до себя. Посмотрим, что будет дальше. Я буду говорить в паузах только, вот, чтобы не отвлекать от общего просмотра. Ну и потом, когда сторонами будут меняться, тогда тоже будем обсуждать.
The only thing is, I think they should stop actually pushing it. They always push it with like 50-40 seconds left and they get punished. Where just having like the whole long is insane as CT. You can
in your control.
Yeah. But not having the orb, that's always a tough one on this map.
And not having a lot of nades.
That as well. Not having a lot of kits either.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a dire situation, you could say.
It all looked so good. Three rounds ago.
They've got technically 4 players at this B bomb site with Frozen up in heaven, although with a little bit of nades and a little bit of attention and love given to Bathrooms by Na'Vi, he's going to shift back just to... He's being kept honest, essentially, to help Torji. The old bait and switch and monster.
Classic.
Jimmy's got a Molotov. As soon as nades come over, he's going to drop that.
He will while blind. Good cover from Zershin. Oh, the short player gets out, but also gets gunned down. Trade frag from Bit. E-Man comes through with one as well off the smoke, but it's Bit's second kill. A player who we barely even had to talk about and couldn't positively when it came to Inferno. Suddenly, 2 critical kills to get this force through. Monster Utility was holding back half of the split. Bit did it on his own.
If you don't get given a kill here from Mouse, you almost have to call for the save. As we already mentioned, no kit, you have a smoke and a flash, and if no one from Na'Vi is going to give up an opportunity, that might have been it.
Man, that dink right there, that's so welcoming. Frozen finishes off Ime. Bit's position, unbeknownst to Mouse, they're going to have to clear it. Torzi's got him flustered. Bit turns, keeps his head on a swivel. Remember, no kit. So these kills cause for concern, but not a determining factor in this round win. Na'Vi will end it. One standing and simple. An extra cost versus Na'Vi, but now it's economy busted for Mouse, and that strong start of this CT side has all but fizzled out.
I think that's some inexperience showing right there that they actually go for this 2v3. Like, they were lucky to even get this close, in my opinion, and it was... If it was the other way around and Mouse had a lot of money and Na'Vi was struggling, I could understand that they wanted to make it expensive, but there's no reason for them to go for it. They still, like, they had another buy Na'Vi even if they took away, like, all the guns or something, so I'm not happy about that decision, but, and I don't think they will be as well when they watch it back.
And I mean, funny, ooh, hold the phone, hold the thought, nice shots, okay. Well, there's an AK-47 picked up. Na'Vi's going to come right back at it, so Shuhei might be in some trouble, especially if he keeps blinding himself.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
I was going to say, it's just kind of, I mean, funny's the wrong word, but ironic a little bit because their economic decisions against you guys is what helped them outlast you on Mirage, and here they've made a little bit of a blunder.
Ooh, I like the angle. Oh, and he gets 2 more! This is Shui from a Deagle to an AK. Oh, just shy of the ace. Damn.
He deserved that.
Didn't he?
Give it
right.
What a round.
Damn, dude. 481 damage on the round.
Simple's not even thinking about winning at the moment. He's thinking of limiting the weapons that they can get out of this round with. So making a team decision here to just chuck as many rifles away as he possibly can. And even the last one. So no fun for Mouse.
James Bond here.
He's going to win it.
Yeah. Going for the sneaky. Oh my God.
He's going to win.
Doesn't know. Wow, Shuhei, take a bow. Double Deagle coming through the smoke, and that off angle, beautiful.
Yeah.
Without armor as well. He didn't even have Kevlar. That's so sick.
Let's see these shots from his POV. That one's nice. That one's so sexy. And as Bit Nima turn right, he's hanging out to the left. So Mao's Shuhei helps them nurse this lead. They take one step forward. It's 5-4.
Love that if you're Mouse. A little lifeline suddenly sprinkled in just when it looked like we were going to get tied up. Navi's T-side's coming through. An X-factor moment from the in-game leader of Mouse.
And look what it's done to the economy of Navi. Like, simple at $10,000 before the last round began, and now they have nothing.
Well, suddenly, those kills in that retake attempt do end up, you know, turning the tide of this. So all you needed was a Shuhei 4K.
Yep.
Frozen goes for the peak. Kind of stuck inside of Party there. Had no real way to escape. And it's going to go down man advantage Navi.
With this kind of like so slow style of Navi, like really kind of delaying that playground take for like 20 seconds, I think it's really limiting kind of the success that Mouse can have with the aggression that we saw them busting out in the early going, the aggression we know they like to play with. It's making it very tough to find that flash timing for the peak.
I'm surprised that Mouse are using utility that fast again on a map like this, especially where Navi usually, like, Frozen must know at this point that they're playing slow because he got, like, people were holding him when he came long with 40 seconds left, so.
Yeah.
Like, they've been out of smoke for, I think, 40 seconds now, Mouse, so tough round.
It's not a fun map to play without smokes, and this one, as it fades, will be the last one that Mao's deployed. Torji blinded, missed the shot, got to back away to bank, and now blocked off by utility. Exertion on the flank is the only hope that Mao's have.
Oh, and he lines him up. Look at the damage. Snaps the shot up. Simple's dead. Man advantage suddenly to Mouse. They have to plant on the opposite side. They know, though, the bank is occupied. A double CT peek back by Dumpster. JL can't get both. Swept away by Mouse. Sure, Navi get in their bomb site. Sure, they plant, but that Xertian flank screws over everything.
Look what they have to do after they plant the bomb. The only place they can plant safe at that point is behind dice boxes, and then they have nowhere to go. You almost have to get aggressive into your own smokes and overextend just to find some safety. These two kills have all the impact in the round. It make it so easy for Mouse.
And these are the rounds you want to win as well, because you've got an early kill of Frozen. That's basically the worst thing that can happen to a CT side, is that early kill on a map like this. And then they used their utils so fast. They were out of smokes on B after, I think, 1:10 in the round or something like that. And then they end up losing to that anyway. That just feels so bad.
And that's a swing round with the money that Navi had back to Deagles. This is huge for Mouse to be able to catapult up the scoreboard now. They have all the advantages. Nice nade kill on Shuhei. Oh, he's going to back up behind Tree. Nice Deagle.
That's simple after all. Frozen's chance to shine. Torzi just casts the net for the long peak.
There's an M4 somewhere on the ground in Shuhei's position.
Smoke will fade. M4 now in Alexi's hands. No Kevlar across the board, though, for Navi. They are able to pull that back. Frozen, he's able to join inside of the bomb site. Felt like he would potentially going to maybe get stuck out in bathroom somewhere. Now they're going to force Navi to get to a bomb site eventually.
That mid-round aggression that we saw from Long so many times is not coming anymore. And Navi's waiting for it every round, but it's not there anymore. So it's kind of forcing Navi to actually show that they can break through the sides, which last round and also this round is going to be really tough, especially with no nades.
It's also chewing a lot of time off the clock as Navi waits patiently for it.
Yep.
Down to 20 seconds. They'll have that smoke incendiary and M4 on Alexi. Look at the old college try. Frozen's just going to barrel stuff the long peak. Xertian, well, he may fall, but 7 seconds. Bomb needs to get picked up. Frozen playing in the smoke's going to make sure this site never crumbles. 2 alive, so not all bad considering Navi's purchase at the start of the round, but just not able to get into the site itself.
Crucial that he saved the orb as well.
Yeah. That's really good damage done by Navi, even at a loss. They take their first time out down by 3. Talk things over for this next round. Vid'll have an AK-47. Alexi's going to have to drop down to a weaker weapon. But Navi going to continue fighting back. And this, I don't know, this is a little bit stunning to me watching from the outside. That round from Shuhei changed everything, changed the entire trajectory of this first half.
Yeah, basically if Navi wins that round, as they should have, everything else from that point would have been a bonus for their T-side, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, it can be an 11-4 half easily.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that should have been a 6-4, 7-4 scoreline in the favor of Na'Vi at the very least. And after the amount of turnarounds Na'Vi had on Inferno when they tried to get going, winning the second half winning the second round of the second half, losing the third round, like that also prevented them from competing for the map. That win right there from Shuhei with the Deagle, it might have a similar vibe to it within the Na'Vi camp.
Now that could be the round of the series, you know?
Yeah.
If they end up blowing out this overpass game, we're going back into a mouse pick after this one. Feels good moment.
It felt like with 4 rounds straight, Na'Vi like had a grip. It looked like they were like establishing dominance. They looked like the stronger team, looked like the cleaner team. All our questions about overpass, they looked like they were answering those and getting over it. And now it's just gone the other direction entirely.
Yeah, it's a very streaky game due to the economy, right? Like, there's been so many close rounds, and if you win that key round, then you all of a sudden you just get like 2 rounds for free after that as well.
Yeah,
so.
it's like a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1 round. Oh, B-Rush, baby.
All right, why not? Jimpat gonna topple the first front runner. Alexi B's managed to get through. JL shooting at the back of Torsi, who manages to survive. Kills Alexi in the site. Now bomb stuck outside Monster. And the CT support's coming down with Con. Door blown off the hinges. JL will pick up one. It ain't pretty from Frozen, but Zershin in the bomb site sets up Shui. And with 2 kills on short, they're stuffed.
I guess he thought the offer was going to turn.
Yeah, for sure. And it made sense from his perspective. Like, he's been running the whole way, made a lot of noise for even shooting a few times before, and Toshi's just...
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Well, in his mind, it also makes sense because he's like, I know I got teammates coming down blue door.
Yeah, not my problem.
There's an M4 that's going to show up surely any moment.
I think he also just accepted like his fate a bit. Like, okay, I can get 1 kill and get away with it. That's fine. So he just went for the one guy on B, and then if he gets killed in the back, he knows that there's a trade. But I understand what JL was doing, but it just looks so weird from
our
the outside.
Yeah.
Now it's Na'Vi struggling for money.
Yeah, once again, back to just Deagles and pistols. They've had 2 of these rounds in the past 3. They're just not even really able to contend. The Mao's defense sharpened up, shored up with plenty of cash. And starting to get proactive on the map again.
Shui has been impressive so far on CT. Both his CT side in Inferno was really good, and now he's already up to 13 kills and had the most crucial round of the whole half. So definitely, like, when your IGL is playing good and feeling the game like this, it's just, everything is easier.
Yeah.
So.
And you're getting like production from a source you probably don't normally have it from. Like when someone all of a sudden has like an extra 10 kills, an extra 6-7 kills.
With Shuhei, it's like he is usually up there because he's playing decent spots as well. Like on these 2 maps, it's rotate, and on Inferno it was B side. No, wait,
he was the A rotator.
He's the A rotator as well. Yeah, so he has these rotator roles where he can like be in the action. Talk
Pistols.
about action.
Yeah, right? Sliding through the smoke, they've actually managed to create quite the opening. 15 on the clock, but Zershin slides out from Dumpster. Simple's got the op at 9 health, which means Simple can and could very well do this. 6-5, he's got to grab that bomb, has to plant or fake it and hope the CT comes out, but it's Jimmy, ice cold. No chance, Simple.
Miscalculate. I think that flash took that extra like half second or a second and a half and just prevented him from even trying to force Jimmy out into the open. Well, 9-4. Na'Vi almost make that interesting with just Deagles. They take economy away, but this late in the half, that economy matters less and less. And yeah, you can see he knows it. Knife out, just start sprinting away. Op recovered by Simple at the very least is going to help. He can drop an AK over to a teammate.
Jimmy comes into this series with something like an 80% win rate in 1 versus 1s.
What the hell?
Yeah, 7 out of 8. This one not his most difficult, but hey, add it to the list.
It all counts on the stats.
Add it to the list.
Yep.
I can say he won a 1v1 against Simple as well.
Yeah.
Easy.
And it wasn't even close.
No.
That was gunning for the double digits. Need we remind you, there was a time where we all sat here thinking Na'Vi had 7 guaranteed, but then Shuhei sprinkles a little magic into the mix, as if this run in Malta wasn't magical enough. From the first round of playoffs to the grand finals to a commanding CT half. Frozen scours the front of bathrooms, but it's a very stringy Na'Vi at the moment, just kind of walking around. Applying a little utility pressure down on the B site with that smoke deep from T-Spawn. There's the response. It's a walk up outside bathrooms. EMEP should have, I think, seen a glimpse of that.
Oh, they're about to find out.
Bit's a bit cautious. Shuhei's gonna creep into him, but do they think about the second? Frozen catching him off. Nice trade frag from Bit. A very critical second headshot and a very rapid follow through up into the A site. Xertion's gonna try to fly out through the smoke, and sure enough, catches Ime. He is stuck on an island with fire in front of him, and he brings down Simple. How? Missed shot out of Torzi, ambitious with the wall bang, and his teammate nowhere to be found.
Oh, he's going for a very, very, very long flank. This is gonna eat tons of time off of the bomb.
He's also the kit carrier, Jimpat, so he's gonna be essential to this retake clutch if they throw it at him. A 2 versus 2, bomb beyond the halfway point, and Na'Vi just sitting back, uncontested this entire time until now. Torzi hits the op shot, and Bit, who's already been critical in this one, needed another double. But Torzi's got the cover, Maus have got the clutch, and a 10th to the scoreboard.
I think Alexi heard the footsteps at long, which is why he just tried to bail out of the bomb site, and Torzi's just ready for it the whole way. What a clutch.
Another frustrating round for Na'Vi to lose as well. They got the 2-for-1 on the mid-round push again from Maus, and they punish it again. This time it was actually even better from Na'Vi, because they kind of forced that error. They threw the smoke you talked about on B, and then that made them push into blue, but then they just can't finish out the round. It's like, it must be so frustrating. Even when you watch it back, it's like, okay, we might have played the after plan wrong, but we get into good situations and we just can't close it out. That's the worst.
That second kill on a Simple from Xertion. He found like the one pocket that wasn't on fire behind Truck. Gets it just before the nade lands. That's a critical kill to have as well.
That's the thing with Xertion. Sometimes he just doesn't give a damn.
Yeah.
Right? He'll offer up half his health if it means one chance at bringing somebody with him. Fearless Counter-Strike player. Sitting pretty at 12-7. But dead. All right.
Gives a damn that time.
Yeah, 6th sense from Bit. Calls out the short position. That's going to unleash Torji. Or will it? Yeah, he won't take too much of a risk here. It's going to allow Maus to go for that majority B lean.
Hard part is he only has one flashbang Torji, so I mean you usually see offers, right? Get behind dice boxes, go for the jump spots out towards long, out towards highway, out towards bathrooms, but you don't have like a Molotov to reroute them. You don't have a smoke to make them nervous. They're just gonna have to take the gamble that Torji can handle business. And this is where you mentioned as well, Connor, earlier on, Ema back in his Gamer Legion days, in this position, aggressive in bathrooms, is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, sir.
Frozen has full utility. If they don't switch back to A now, it's going to be really tough.
Emes trying to duel, but suddenly a kill on both sides of the map at a critical 20-second mark. Torzi has redirected back around on Dumpster, gonna catch the player Flowers. This op, nearly unstoppable. Critical kills at the A site. And Frozen, well, he doesn't charge down that bomb, but hits the headshot on the jump up. Regrets from Alexi. And an opportunity for JL denied. 11 rounds to this Maus CT side. There was a 4-round streak, 8 rounds deep on this T side. We thought Na'Vi had justified the map 2 pick, but they may have just led Maus to a quick day in the office. We'll be back after the break with a T side from the Young Guns.
Ну, интересно, конечно, половина складывается. Очень интересно. Причем даже хуже, чем на Инферно для рожденных побеждать. Мышки снова браво начали. Вроде как Нави пытались откамбэчить, но потом что-то пошло не так. Вот этот, кстати, клатч... Ну, не клатч, а момент был, конечно, максимально жесткий. Посмотрим, что будет. Ну, как бы это не 2-0 было. Судя по такой игре. Может быть, конечно, Нави подготовят офигенную защиту, но что-то не знаю. Мышки прям радуют и удивляют на этом турнире. Да, как-то турнир всеми подзакинули. Никто на него особо сейчас не смотрит, всем все равно, а тут хопа-хопа и молодые прям разрывают. Ну, я имею в виду то, что мышки с молодежки. Взяли всех, обошли, все, и финал. Что думаете? Кто как сыграет? Какой все-таки финальный счет будет у встречи? Кто возьмет один из последних титулов в CSGO? Еще как бы смущает то, что это пик новей же. То есть у нас получается как Overpass пикали Нави. И такой счет на своем пике, но как-то... Конечно, они могут камбэчить все что угодно. Но что-то тут прямо тяжко будет. 11-4. Это тебе не Эншин какой-нибудь, где можно за КТ потом догнаться. В общем, посмотрим, что будет. Потому что дальше Мираж, пик от мышек. Ну, это прям интересно. Интересно будет посмотреть. Надеюсь, не настолько однокалиточно будет.
Well, the Mao's momentum shows no signs of slowing down here in Malta. The playoff run from the first round all the way to the grand finals. Mirage in their back pocket, and just when it felt like Na'Vi were gonna hit that stride, Shuhei had something to say about it. So 4 rounds to begin the CT half here for Na'Vi on their first map pick. Mirage waits in the wings. I am Scrawny, this is Hooksy, that's Moses.
And
Malta.
we were talking about this. Oh yeah, go on.
I just wanted to say, are you guys enjoying yourself? That's.
I think I really stepped in there. I think they didn't know what was happening.
That's okay.
If you want to try it again.
No.
At some point down the road.
Yeah, when my ego's no longer bruised.
Oh, the crowd
There they
hates
are.
me. Cool.
Henry and Hugo, they took out all the energy from them.
All right, a pistol round that's very important here for Na'Vi. Dual Berettas on bit to face what's going to be the full B smash. And with that flashbang, he sees a little presence. Here comes Zershin on the entry, as he does, holding W. Dual Berettas, good for the first one, and a nice clean USP tap that goes unchecked. Good support from Ime. 1v3 demanded of Frozen, and he's gonna start it off with the Gush. Oh, the second! Frozen with a big ticket clutch queued up. If he can just best, you know, maybe the best player to ever touch Go. Simple towards the short. Stuck behind. Frozen knows it, gets him in the open. Hit your headshots, kids. Oh, it's ugly. First 2 clean. Simple given a grace. Na'Vi will take that pistol.
That got spicy. Nice little clutch there from Simple. As you said, must win. They had to have it to stay alive in this. I want to go back, Hooksy, to what we were chatting about during the break as well. Na'Vi had 8 opening kills on their T side. Only convert 4 of them into round wins. And you were saying you feel bad because Hooksy, or I mean, excuse me, Alexi's calling a really good game and they're not able to convert anything.
Yeah, that's just the worst feeling as an IGL when you get like... He cannot change anything. They're getting into 2v2s after plans, all this stuff, and it's just... It should be round wins, but... Yeah, I don't know, if they lost this pistol as well, 3 versus 1, that would have been a cherry on top of the frustration cake. That would be too much for me.
Which is the worst cake you could ask for.
Yeah. But they're very even on the scoreboard on Na'Vi. It's like literally 2 kills between top and bottom.
Evenly quiet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know? No one popping off in the first half. Let's see the second half if it can deliver something. Maybe Simple gets fired up with that 1v1 clutch. He's going to have to be really, really good with the AWP as well. That AWP presence on this map can be so dangerous. Much in a similar way that Torji was able to do it. If Simple can get going with the AWP as soon as possible, Na'Vi would love to have it.
And definitely a difference of style here from the first half where Na'Vi decided to full eco. Here we see Mouse, as I would have wanted at least from Na'Vi as well, to buy into it so they have a bit of buy in the first gun round should they actually lose. And well, also you have a really good shot of winning these rounds in this series so far, so definitely worth it.
You actually have 2 rifles and a scout against all SMGs for Na'Vi.
Still just the right amount of utility as well to hit this commitment.
Would you rather have a FAMAS or an MP9?
I think attacking into this bomb site, probably an MP9.
Oh, they can't get around. Stuck on the corner. And a great amount of damage done here from JL. The support of the cross covered. Yeah, he could just tuck in behind Dice. What could go wrong? It's just Jimpat. Just Jimpat. Put down by Bit. It's over. 2 survive for Na'Vi. Mouse will be happy with that. You know, contest the bomb site, make them sweat a little. Don't let them get comfortable.
Yeah, take some economy away. I take it you're not a FAMAS lover?
Definitely not. There's no way I'm buying that. I just don't think it's superior in any way. Not even long range anymore. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Okay.
But if I'm going to drop it to JKS, I'll buy it every time. He's so good with this weapon. I don't know how.
Every team has to have like one player who's like a specialist with like the FAMAS or Galil, just for economy purposes.
Okay, Simple. Hello. Poor guy sitting in spawn having a powwow, and well, that's a death. P250 picks it up. MP9 to be had.
We were wondering what Simple was saying at halftime when we saw him pop up on the screen. Maybe he was just saying, you know what, you guys do whatever you want. I'm gonna push.
Last game I tried the shotguns, didn't work out too well. Now I'll try the SMGs.
Try the hyper aggression.
You'll see him with a P90 first gun round.
Well, let's see. Bit's being active trying to grab information. He might have spotted one there. Frozen was out in the open. Looks like he did. He backs all the way off to barrels. No shift yet in the defense. Ema going investigating out towards long. Sees absolutely nothing creeping up at a timing of 55 seconds. But still, Bit is very much on his own.
And no real nades left on this side.
Ooh, baby.
But okay, so apparently the FAMAS can do this. I didn't know.
Well, don't worry, it's all unarmored pistols. If there's
But
anything
still,
else.
I'm impressed he could hold it down like that with the spray.
He's gonna take it into the gun rounds. We're about to see more FAMAS magic.
Follow it through. Simple, not a care in the world this round.
I mean, I would imagine, like, on some level, he's thinking, let me build up some money with this SMG for the AWP. He gets it anyways. It's dropped over to him. He's got 2,500 in the bank. So, look, we've said this before. Let's say it again. Na'Vi's in a decent spot. They've won the first 3 rounds of this half. They have weapons. They have rifles. A little bit diminished here, but more than anything, they have money built up to sustain a loss if it comes. So where's the heartbreak going to come this time?
It will be there somewhere, that's for sure.
It's always lurking in the shadows. A Jimpat 1 tap away. Na'Vi's misery returns. Gonna go for the boost. Oh no, no, nading close wall. Nothing, nobody home.
Already.
But MP9 in front of the monster tunnel. Good trade frag. And JL controls from Pillar. Zershan's gonna put out the fire so that he can follow through with this, but right into the scope of Simple. Makes the hold all too easy. Follow up as well through Shui's attempt through smoke. I mean, felt like that one had already fizzled out and he was a little stubborn.
Yeah.
It feels like the strength of that hit in that round is the punchy nature of coming through Monster, right? Because you do the double nades to clear out the close wall, and then you're expecting to have some space to work with. But in that kind of a fast-paced, punchy hit, you miss the detail of having the heaven smoke, of having all the perfect flashbangs as well. You're really trying to get all the attention absorbed towards Monster so Sandbags players can come up. And obviously this time it doesn't work. And in my head, I'm thinking back to Inferno. I'm thinking Mao's won Inferno on their T side with those fast-paced, aggressive hits. Overpass doesn't really lend it to that a whole lot.
No, and also, okay, I'm a bit rusty on this map, I'll be honest.
Sure.
I haven't played it for like a
year. It's been the veto for a while.
But for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense that you go for this force buy to have an AWP and full nades and everything, and then you just end up committing through a smoke monster after like, what, 30 seconds or something against MP9s. I feel like that's exactly what Na'Vi wants, which I don't know if there's some mind games behind it, or maybe it's like super meta right now to be 3 or 4 even on A in those rounds. But
and you could probably go surface level with it and just say, look, that might have been a bad call. Out of an otherwise well-called Inferno, we'll see how Overpass the rest of it fares, but could have just straight up been a bad call.
But for now, it's early, of course, on the CT side for Na'Vi, but they're doing a way better job of staying calm with their utility. They only used 2 smokes before that hit, and both were on Monster, which was where Mouse were putting pressure, so...
Let me pick your brain about the future really quick, because the timeout's just called. You have 1 AWP and a half buy. How do you play this?
Well...
I know I'm putting you on the spot with that one.
No, but I would definitely let Torshi get all the cheesy boost peaks, you know, like go A, try to get some map control, boost him for maybe the peak towards sandwich, then after maybe boost him on long, stuff like this.
Just set him up in every way possible to try and get you a pick.
I would even start the round with like a 4-man boost or something just to get the pick from heaven, but... Well, let's see if he's pushing underground to get the jumping guy. That could be sick, actually.
Yeah, just ripping Alexi off the bomb site.
Yeah, he's on his way.
I feel like there's been a lot of jumping kills in this map, so I feel like I've seen like 3 or 4 of them already. Most in the first half, obviously.
Trying to bait him into going again. Simple's on the prowl, upper bathrooms. Utility over the top, but he won't shy away from this. Dorsey's right there as well, and if he falls back, whoa, that was a chance. The AWP has revealed itself.
But look at all the cover this AWP is giving them to scale. Nice stoppage of the smoke, and Simple can play around it.
Quick little headbutt. Legal. Simple. Oh, stuck behind the dumpster. Shuhei down to 40. No scope desertion. Sit down, kid. Jimpat comes through with the Deeg. They know they've got players stranded behind that smoke, so it feels like a matter of time to clear out Shui. But it's that AWP on Torsey that's still alive and kicking, and the fact Jimpat has got his hands on the AK. This would be such a round for Mouse to rip away, but Red inside of the smoke. Shuei's not going to be a part of this one. Jimpat looks away, unfortunately, and it falls onto the Hungarian AWPer. Torsey hoping somebody just peeks in, but too many missed shots. He won't even be able to escape. Hunted back by Simple, and Navi's CT side racking up rounds fast enough to call this a close game. That's 5 straight, folks.
I feel like any other AWPer in the world would have been bailing, knife out, running down the stairs, getting away from that fight. Like, you know that's coming. You know if you reveal the AWP in that position and miss a shot, the Tech 9s are going to be chasing. And Simple is just so supremely confident in the no-scope.
He buys a shotgun, he plays it like a shotgun. He buys an AWP, plays it like a shotgun.
Yeah, it was all there in the cards. We should have seen it coming a long time ago.
Honestly, maybe that's one of the better ways to practice like no-scoping and close-range AWPing. Just get better with shotguns. Play them the same way. It's just the Simple training regime.
We wanted the AWP influence in the second half, and we're getting it so far. Mao's still blanked on their T side.
Gel with an upper angle. Simple here to work it. A lot of responsibility on Emed this round. Solo A play, no control for Na'Vi on that half of the map, so they'll press out into short instead. Not afraid of Maus. just happy to hold on to short control for now.
Well, and they shift over now to give EMA some support of Alexi B as JL gets into short. Simple's in position at the door, as you mentioned. So at this timing, with that kind of control, they feel a lot more confident shifting an extra player off of B.
That's going to be a warning sign for EMA.
This round would have made a lot of sense in the first gun round. That's what I expected to see in the first gun round, but now I don't know, they managed to kind of get their util out in the end, but Emma in a sick position right now.
Who's going to be able to unroot him, if anyone? Oh, the flash front bathrooms blinds Jimpat as he's trying to get this kill, but it's an instant headshot. Alexi stuck behind truck. He gets a little more damage in, Bit slides out, dies to the hands of Jimmy, and Simple called out inside of the smoke. Clear the board, clear Navi out of this one. Xertion, instant headshot on Ema. I thought that position was going to bring the attack to a halt.
I think the problem with it is that smoke is so much deeper than what's normally thrown if you're playing inside the bomb site, right? It normally plumes right in that choke point. So when you throw it off the slanted wall and it's deeper like that, that's some alarm bells going off. And really, I mean, you feel strong in that position, which is why I think Ema took contact, but someone probably had to bait a little bit better from the bomb site.
There was a second CT there, but I think well done by Xertion to just make sure he stayed crouched, kept his head tucked, didn't let himself get blasted from the bomb site.
There's a timing too, because Navi's rotating 2 players over. JL had that short position. There's what, like 25 seconds on the clock? No one's going B at 25 seconds without that. Like JL's going to be able to call it out. So if Mouse doesn't hit this timing and Simple makes it through the smoke and all of a sudden you've got 4 players there, they're in a lot of trouble.
That was a close call as well. Xertion actually got dinged through the
wall, right? Yeah, as he was crouching.
Yeah. That's a bit of a breather for Mouse because they survived with 4 as well. So now they actually have some money to work with as well, which is really important. But not exactly as good as when Navi won a round and Mouse were fully broken in the other half.
Yeah. Yeah, Mouse didn't have the same success in those scrappy buys. Still, they're so close to the finish of this map that all of these losses hurt for Navi. Even though it's the first round loss in this second half, it's like, 12 does not look very pleasing.
I'm surprised there's not being taken any risks for the A players at all in the map control. Like every corner they go past, it's like a smoke, a flash, a boost. Where like I think it slows down their game too much, and they might end up like sometimes just running and running through a lot of util and smokes like this. So
well, you can see now with that kill, it helps alleviate the issue of flashing every single corner, right? You're like,
Definitely.
Okay, 5-on-4 Emo. We know he likes to be aggressive. Let's just start walking forward. But now you got Simple.
Yeah, start skipping protocols now could be fatal. Simple slides around. All of Mao's ready to hit this bomb site, but Simple's in the middle of it all. Missed shots! Jimpat a second in this round. Alexi outwards, but hit by Xertion, and it is headshots upon headshots. Bits holding on. Trade frag out from JL. He's got 2 more in the sight. Stops the bomb. A swap over, no bullets. 5 in this gun, and he is just feeling squeezed with Frozen. Huge health advantage. 7 seconds, and Frozen just squeezes it out of him. Finally, JL has to make his swing, knowing that with 5 bullets, he needed to get him down. And instead it is Mao's 1 alive for their 13th.
You have to take a timeout here, I think, if you're Navi. You need to talk over this money. You're 9-13, a couple players right on the edge. Do you want to force up here, or do you actually just kind of save and let them creep ever closer to a map victory? That miss from Simple still would have been tough to get a follow-up kill, but that miss is everything.
Dude, that jump from Jimpat, right? We're talking about the smokes and flashes being for every corner, every which way. You could see it if you were to just step around the corner coming for the exec, but adding in a jump, the hop into bathrooms, perfectly puts who off? Simple of all people. You get Simple to miss a shot in bathrooms, and that site crumbles.
Yeah, it's a tiny decision, but crucial, right? If you didn't do that, then I think Simple would kill 2 or even 3 in that round, so...
Simple trying to swing with the solo M4. He is armored. He was set up for the party play. Having his teammate run downwards towards Con. It's going to be Jimmy again. The bait dealt with easily, and the M4 just as swiftly dispatched of. Torzi's gonna hold long, everything's falling apart. And Na'Vi need Alexi. Well, he can't
He's
do
just
shit.
solid.
Yeah.
This Jimmy guy, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Nothing can scare this guy. He's just standing there.
Man, and I find like when a player this young really bursts into the scene, second LAN after Cologne, and then now Pro League, in the grand finals, performing with no pressure. Bro, when I was 17, I wasn't doing my homework.
What were you up
I could
to?
barely tie my shoes. You know, like, just the pressure to be on the world stage, to have cameras in your face, to have all of your teammates, professionals, relying on you to perform. Yes, you have promise as a young gentleman, but my God, I mean, above and beyond in the playoffs, right? And the deeper he's gone on, it hasn't shown any signs of cracking. So with a buyback from Na'Vi in round 24, they hope Jimmy doesn't hit him upside the head again.
Oh, look at Torji. This is great. Confidence, back in your face, Counter-Strike that we know Mouse love to play. Oh, and he had it. He had the fight he wanted, but the Famas isn't going to scare him. He'll stick around a little bit longer. He wants another crack at it. And finally, the utility takes away the angle.
But that's a lot of pressure. Look at their utility now. They have 2 smokes and 1 molly, and it's 1:15 left. They just used the last 2, at least one of them.
It's not fun to be Na'Vi at the moment.
No. Now it's better.
A little bit better, yeah. And you could see Mouse know it. All that information of all the utility pulled out of this B defense. Shui's calling everyone back to the B bomb site, going and attacking at the weaker choke points. Although Alexi's just shifted in, and he's got that last smoke and last Molotov for the team.
Ooh, Frozen eats it, but he doesn't shoot. Nobody reveals the play. There goes that incendiary on short, and Frozen's gonna slide through within it. He's amidst them all. What? He ends up finding Bit on the pillar. JL turns from short side. He's the only one to post kills, but eventually that short player comes through with the difference. Torzi's got 2 health. Chimpat's got headshots.
Dude.
15 off of the back of the 17-year-old again.
This kid, man, he just one-taps him in heaven, basically.
What are you supposed to do? Look, I'll tell you, I think that utility is dumped a little bit late from Alexi. That's the big thing, that wrap around the pillar in the middle of the bomb site. It confuses everything, and it has to turn this defense, these crossfires. JL can't find anything clean. Couple of kills for him in the chaos, but not actually able to stop any of the hit coming through from Mouse. And man, when they regain control of the map, they take advantage of it. All streaks, none of these streaks by either squad broken up in any way.
There it is. Good old shotty.
Took 24 rounds, but we got there. And he's just posted on long.
Overpass, long, of all places.
Connector? No. Be
Nah.
short? Nah.
Yeah, but we all know it's gonna work.
Bathrooms? Never.
Somehow.
Yeah, I'll take it to long A. This is wild. Oh, he does it again.
He's so disgusting. He's closing this map out for Mouse.
You know, the bewildering oh, hold on. Okay, Xerxion's cooled off. There's a parallel to draw between Frozen and the Mouse Sports win of ESL Pro League Season 10. At that last victory for Mouse at Pro League, he had just joined the team, he was the rookie, and he took everybody by surprise. Now here we are, years later, 2023, Season 18, and we've got Jimpat, second LAN with this lineup, even younger than Frozen was, and he's having a hell of a performance right next to Frozen, starting this series as the highest rated player in playoffs for this Mouse team. Frozen's gonna take the helm, the tip of the spear towards B. Efficient trade frags back, but it's Xerxion again who's able to slide all the way forward, and it's Simple's auto shoddy.
It's all been a setup for this.
This moment, right here, right now. Will he switch?
No, don't switch.
The noob tube in hand. Mao's about to strip away. Oh, he swaps out and it is over, folks. Dare I say it, not even close. It's pistol in the second half, a 5-round streak off of that. There was hope once upon a time for Navi's T side, but Shui stripped it from their cold, clammy hands. And on their deathbed, Navi in this grand finals, it is reverse sweep or bust.
started coping with the narcotic dope-ish, making sodas for poets. He had a full white beard. People thought he was Moses, overdosed it, murdered the whole block cause his verses was potent. At that moment, the fools was heartbroken cause he pulled out his mic and blasted speakers wide open, diagnosed it. Found out victims were still jonesing for that moolah-ish, so we dug up a bad omen, no emotions, smudging off opponents, not knowing how them afros got puffy without Sean Coleman. Meanwhile, his stacks was growing and elbowing. Cats back in his past, he started to outgrowing police. They kept probing with campaigns and slogans, want him dead or alive. Soon enough, they was hoping at the crime scene, examining his hemoglobin, C notes embedded in his genetics. They didn't notice him. The plot thickens like gumbo soup. I'm stomping through the muddy waters in my jungle boots. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens like gumbo soup. I'm stomping through the muddy waters in my jungle boots. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. International act radical, not thinking rational, taming these wild animals, blowing out the flammable candle, pulled out the box, made it more incompatible, unnatural. The way he murdered it so casual, kept stabbing that ish. A witness said he was fanatical, killing the whole avenue with something intangible. Facts that weren't actual, leaked out to throw him off track. It was tactical, grabbed the apparatus, but he had to do it manual. Split the whole avenue with fresh holy mackerel, funerals at the tabernacle. It was drastical, media made it more graphical and more dramatical, like it was something that could happen to you. Street life crime became theatrical, villains became heroes, and youths got adapted to. It was a rap for you after the crack smacked at you, catching you with a felony, and enemies would clap at you. The plot thickens like gumbo soup. I'm stomping through the muddy waters in my jungle boots. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens like gumbo soup. I'm stomping through the muddy waters in my jungle boots. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. The plot thickens.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your favorite part of the show. Were you paying attention? Makes a glorious return to ESL Pro League. My name is Henry G, and joining me this time, two very special guests. We've got the Goonies edition. How are you doing, boys?
I'm doing great, Henry, and I certainly was paying attention today.
You were paying attention
I
today.
was.
You watched the map, you saw what happened, and you're willing to answer questions about it.
That is the essence of the game, yes.
Thank you very much for confirming. Harry, same question to you. You were watching the game, you're willing to answer questions.
Yeah, I was watching. I'm willing. I'm ready.
Are you able?
Did you enjoy the second map?
I did, and I've got to say, I feel like it's all coming together for Mouse right now. They're kind of looking lights out. They're playing with real bravado, with real confidence.
I can see you've got a bit of merch on
Yeah,
there. You're actually looking pretty cool.
Good. Yeah,
it's quite a nice look for you.
Yeah, I'd say Mouse have got everything going their way. They've got the tomatoes, they've got the lettuce.
That's
They've
true.
even got some cheese in there, maybe some applewood or something. Do you like cheeses, Henry?
I actually do. Like a few cheeses like, I'm actually into. Kind of speaking of which, a creamy guy over there is going to be Mr. Jason Moses O'Toole. He's going to be my scorekeeper.
Yeah.
Now, there is a new element, a new dynamic going into this edition. We have got a lifeline available.
A lifeline?
So you have one chance each to ask an analyst to answer a question for you. So you want to call a friend, you can bring it in at any time.
Okay.
And you press the buzzer first. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes.
For the hardcore quiz. Here we go. First question, nice and easy. Who picked the map of Overpass?
Na'Vi.
Correct. Jason, give him a point.
1-0.
Thank you very much. Question 2. What was the first half score and who was winning?
Maus were winning at 11-4.
Hugo is killing it.
Okay.
He
that's-
got to a quick lead.
I pushed the button, but just a second
Were
late.
you paying attention?
Yeah, I just get nervous with the button pushing.
He's not
I
very
don't
good at the
wanna
buzzer,
finish
Henry. I've played a lot of games with Harry.
Yeah.
He may have the knowledge,
The buzzer scares
but the buzzer
me.
is the hard part for him.
does
You
scare
just got to
me.
push it, Harry. You got to push the button.
Okay.
Right, you guys are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I am.
As
He's
a
not-
collective,
It's time for a bit of a
pretty
curveball
good.
here.
Okay.
How many kills did Torji have by the end of round number 3? Quick.
He had 6 kills.
By the end of round 3.
End of round 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess he had 8 kills.
No. I'm going to pass it over to Harry.
I'm gonna say 9.
He had 9 kills by the end of round number 3.
I felt really good about 9. There we go.
Amazing little stat. That's probably my best question. Not gonna lie. That's probably the best one I've got.
We peaked early.
Yeah, we've done well. We've actually done pretty well. What's the score, Jason?
It's 2-1 in the favor of Hugo.
Oh, thank you so much. No, you've got the lifeline. Bear in mind, if you find yourself stuck, buzz
How many
in.
questions are there, or is it a time-based?
It's kind of just where, however it goes.
We'll see
really.
how we
when
feel.
I'm told it's done. All right then. Which round did Na'Vi post their first round itself?
I'm going to go with round number 5, Henry.
Yo, he's got it right again, Jason.
He killed it.
He
This
is
is
absolutely
spectacular.
destroying this one. Harry, you've got to step up.
Well, yeah, it's 3-1. There's still
kind
time.
of ruining the show right now.
It's early days, you know, man. It's
Not very
early
competitive,
doors.
not very
This could
entertaining.
go on indefinitely, so
True,
you know,
that's
let's
a
kind
good
of bear
point.
that in mind.
This one's for you, okay?
Okay.
What is the average age of Mouse? Hugo Byron.
20.
Yes, give
On
him
the
another
dot.
point.
On the dot.
So
Can you
enraged.
test your
Harry.
buzzer? Can you just press it
Yeah,
and make
does
sure
it
it's
work?
working? Yeah, it's a
It's
really
working,
working
yeah,
buzzer.
it's
Unfortunately
working.
for you,
It's
it's a
just-
very good buzzer.
Okay.
Okay. After a very strong 4-0 start, what was the scoreline when Mouse called their first tactical timeout? Hugo Byron.
The scoreline was 6-1.
No,
I
incorrect.
made
Pass
that
it
up.
over.
I had no idea.
Their first tag timeout. Okay, I'm going to phone a friend on this one. I'm gonna
Okay. Which
phone a friend
analyst would you
over on
like to
this.
choose?
I'm going to go Yanko. I trust
All
Yanko
right,
through
please,
and
production,
through.
can we raise the
hiding.
microphone
He
of
was
Yanko,
hiding.
please?
He's not-
Yanko, I'm going to read the question one more time.
Oh, no.
After a strong 4-0 start, what was the scoreline when Mouse called for their first tactical timeouts? It's a
Mouse, I want to say, I wanted to say 4-2, but they were equal on after that round.
Right.
So
Do you want to call a friend?
4-1. No,
Can I
4-2.
steal?
I
Can I
can't
steal
confirm.
again?
I'm just saying you can take that as advice. You can.
Okay. I think I'll just take that as advice.
Okay, all right. What's your official answer?
I'm going to say it was 4-3.
Yes, indeed.
Lord, he's got it.
go.
Yanko was right. The advice helped.
Right.
The fact that they were eco. That's
Exactly.
why I pieced that together.
That was
Let's
exactly
go.
how I wanted that to go down.
Oh, thank
Very
you,
exciting
Yanko.
stuff.
I knew we had it
Harry.
between
Right.
the two of us.
Bit more generic now.
Absolutely.
Kind of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
What are the 3 remaining maps? Bonus points if you get them in the right order.
Map 3 is Mirage.
Correct.
Then map 4 is Nuke.
Correct.
Map 5 is Ancient.
Correct. Jason, give him double points.
All right.
Double points.
Yep.
6-2.
That's 2
6-2.
points, right?
That's 2
Yeah,
points. That's
that
1
is 2
point, then 1
points. It
extra
sounds
point.
better.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a couple more questions to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Simple managed to win a 1v1 versus who in the second half pistol round? Hugo Byron.
Oh, pistol round. Oh, I remember this. It was Frozen on the B-bomb site.
Yes, indeed. Another point
It
here.
was a different question of what he was even ready
Yeah.
for.
All right, and before we throw it to the
Okay.
lovely couch, the
Okay.
real analysis stuff here.
Winner take all, Henry?
Who's commentating the next map?
Myself, Mr. Russell, and Hooksy.
And Hooksy
Wherever he
Mama.
is.
That's indeed
Triple H
correct.
threat.
Unbelievable.
Winner Hugo Byron. We'll throw it back to the
Unbelievable.
couch. That's been the hardcore quiz. I hope you enjoyed.
Wow, so much enjoyment.
Where you going, Harry? Where is
though.
Harry?
Sorry, Harry.
Yo, how's it going, Harry?
At least you've got the hat.
The buzzer just hates me, man. I'm convinced. I tried. So I knew who was casting. You have to take my word for it. I'm one of them. So, yeah, I had a bit of an edge in that question, you could say.
I'm glad you tried, though.
I did try. And
everything.
you know, regardless of what anyone will say about me, let the record show. I tried.
How are you so bad at buzzing when your hand-eye coordination is actually good? You're good.
That was a
ping-pong
compliment, by the
player.
way. Hell yeah, let's go.
You hit some 1-digs, you know, when we play.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just the top-down pressing that's
No,
actually...
it is. It's a different POV to what I'm used to. It's
gonna work
horrible.
on that for
Doesn't
next
work.
season.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a
I know.
boot
I'm a
camp.
bit of a letdown. I've kind of disappointed
Season
everyone,
19.
especially myself.
That's
So
supposed
take
to
care.
go.
You got that mouse in you, Harry.
Gentlemen, you know what the end of map 2 does mean? It's time to check in with our DHL MVP.
Ah.
Now you know me.
we're
I'm not
vibing.
going to ask you to spend your hard-earned Twitch channel points on just anything. No, I'm asking you to spend them on our Grand Finals DHL MVP. We have 5 options for you guys at home to be choosing from, and the winner will be crowned at the end of this best-of-5 series. First up, we got Shuhei, big in the aim and big in the brain. Then we've got Exertion, who he's been looking red hot, and I'm excited for him on Mirage as well, Matthew.
Yeah, absolutely. A can opener, a very explosive player. He's had quite a lot of success so far in this grand final, and he is definitely going to be one to keep an eye on Mirage. But that's also the case for our third candidate,
Young
Jimmy Jam.
Yeah, but I'm voting for Jimmy. I don't have any
Yeah.
Twitch
You got
points,
Jim Pat?
but I'm voting for Jimmy.
You
You have all the
Twitch
Twitch
points,
points.
Chad.
You have all of
Yeah.
them.
I'm going to vote.
Spend them all.
Look, Jimmy, 17 years young. Look at this. Look at this. It's exactly what we want. And as I mentioned the other day, Jimmy came in highest rated player tied with Frozen in the playoffs. I'm not including the group stage. The group stage can stay in the group stages.
Exactly. Ime is your candidate coming out from the Na'Vi side. Na'Vi haven't been having much luck in this grand final, so your 5th candidate, just as Chad said, we got
After map
Frozen
one.
for your choosing as
Oh,
well.
Okay.
Still a strong
you going,
candidate.
Yanko?
Still definitely in
Who do
the
you like him?
race.
I
so
feel
far?
like they're doing, Torji dirty here. He's the has the, highest rating and so on. But that's okay. Maybe they're leaving it to him for the 3rd map. Out of all these players, I don't know. It's hard. Everyone on Mouse is playing so well. I feel like Chad's on one. Like, has to be Yimi with the
Give it to Jimmy.
Young
with the
Yimmy.
young age and leaving a great first impression.
Excellent stuff. 3rd
Agreed.
map, Mirage, pick a mouse.
Look at how nonchalant Frozen is. Look at him.
He's
I
on his
can't
own.
see him.
He's right here, but this right there where my thumb is. Here's
He's
Jimmy.
loving life.
They're just what? He
Oh,
was.
yeah.
That's you. That's Chad.
That's me.
It is indeed.
That's fair.
And it is Mirage next.
Yep.
Thoughts on Mirage?
Thoughts. Mouse starting on the T side, very arguably a huge win streak, even in this
What is it,
event.
5 or 6?
5 in a row, I
Yeah.
would
5
say
in a
5
row,
out of
yeah.
6. Very strong candidates they've taken on it. We talk about exertion, we talk about rhythm, we talk about pace. I can already warn the viewers at home, it's going to go fast. Maybe just time how long it takes exertion to get the short from middle. Because there are rounds where 132, he's already in there, he's in ladder room, he's in connector, he's jumping in window. It happens many times. The last few series we've seen it. I think it's an X factor, it's a determining factor here.
I'm looking forward to hearing Hooksy's thoughts on this game as they play, because I feel G2 had a good game plan for their CT side against Mouse, but they, misplayed the economy a little bit. I think Hens, for example, didn't really approach it as well yesterday, and that's what came back to bite them. So, yeah, I think you need to sort of pick your poison. Sometimes you're going to fight for mid, but you have to do it with numbers, or you're going to leave it and play for the extremities and try to apply pressure there.
And funnily enough, I expect more mastery from Na'Vi in the late round situations, the post-plan, the clutches, right? I know they picked overpass. I know there was a bit of a punish into it. Mouse hadn't really played the map too much. But so many of these rounds in the first half come at the hand of retakes, clutch situations, 4v5, 2v2, 3v3. And you can see that in Na'Vi, there aren't really set protocols, like set positions. We know how we're going to play that post plan. We have these strong angles. They didn't have that on overpass. So even though we're going into Mouse pick here, I expect them to handle these situations much better. The experience should come through.
The question is how much frustration has crept into the Na'Vi camp, right? How much composure will they have for some of those late round situations? And we know how quickly they can go wrong.
And we know a tradition as well, Chad. When you're looking at best-of-5 grand finals gone by, pretty hard to flip them on the head if you lose the first 2
Where's
maps.
the striker tweet when we need it? I'm sure if we head out to the
It's gonna
Twitch
be
bit
there.
right now, it'll be there for everybody to see. Look, for Na'Vi, I agree with the tilt factor. That Shui round where you had the Deagle, after that, Na'Vi did not win another round on their T half. So if a tilt round comes in early again here on Mirage, I think they're cooked.
You smelling a
Cooked.
3-0?
It is a very strong possibility. Yes, it does feel like a 3-0 might be around the corner here in Malta.
Shall we see how it goes down?
I guess we have to. I guess we have to.
Let's
Yes,
do it. But I think
please.
we've got Trace with a little bit of an update just before we do dive into Mirage.
Trace.
Yo, y'all keep going right this way, Mouse. This will be your team huddle over here. Na'Vi on that side. Obviously, this is what happens in between maps, right? So we come to what is a very critical map in this series. We're talking about where Mouse are exactly where they want to be. Maybe I can hear some of what they're talking about, what they're saying over there. Very serene atmosphere. By that, I'm talking about, you've got to get your lickies and chewies in. You got to get your candy bars. Hey, man, how's it going? Cool. No one even asked you in the first place. But anyways, I'm not in space. I am Trace. This is the last day of ESL Pro League Season 18. Sabrina, how are you doing, Sabrina?
I'm doing great.
How's the team feeling? Pretty good or what?
Yeah, I think everyone's having fun. Everyone's playing together, so
Tell me, how do you keep them in line here during these breaks?
I think they're pretty good at keeping themselves in line as well. They're very good guys.
True. And that's Nandali, everybody. Thank you very much, Sabrina. Yeah, let's go ahead and head back in. Let's get this other map started. We got a grand final, don't we? Let's go.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Let's rip the Russo. One more time. Are you ready?
It is my pleasure to welcome the world's best esports teams and see that all fans around the world are watching the ESL Pro League from home and here in Malta. My name is Silvios Kembri and I am the Minister for the Economy in Malta. But besides that, I'm a big fan of gaming and esports. Since my first introduction to esports and ESL, I was confident that Malta is the right destination to write new esports history together with fans around the world who will continue to grow and invest in our digital economy. We already saw some exciting matches, and the ground finals between Navi and Mouse today will definitely write history, as this is the last CSGO tournament on the island because of the release of Counter-Strike 2. As a government, we are looking forward to welcome you again next season in Malta, the home of gaming excellence. Let's continue writing history together, and look, good luck and have fun.
Welcome back to Mao's Na'Vi. It's map 3 of the grand final here at ESL Pro League, and we continue on Mirage. I'm joined by Harry, and I'm also joined by Hooksy. The one consistency across this grand final. You think, Hooksy, this is going to more?
Yes, I think that Na'Vi will take this one. I said from the start it's going to be 3-1, and I hope my prediction just sticks.
Well, let's see if it does. We get into Mirage. It's the pick of Mao's here of map 3. And thank you for staying with us, Malta, for what could be the final CSGO map on land. Malta, let me hear you.
Let's get into it, shall we? Na'Vi on the CT side to kickstart this one. And they've got to come back. They've got to be ready for a long old BO5. They would have to turn this one around and take it the distance. If Na'Vi wanted to stand a chance of being the ones to lift that trophy. Convincing start out of the Mao's squad as they rip raw up the connector. Frozen dead over by Palace, but mid fully under Mao's control. Right now, options are open to Mao's. Those same options not accessible for Na'Vi. They're going to try and route in through the window. They want the info in mid, and Bit is clinical with that clear.
This is the bomb. He almost loses it coming up. Can't wait for your captain. Shui is all the way through the other site, and Na'Vi are trying to retake it. This could still end A. He doesn't need to take that shot. He lets him go and tries for the second. Missed chance here for Torchy as he takes the bomb back into the site. Simple can't stop him. He can only see him, and Shui has rotations cut off.
Bomb now down. First man spotted over in jungle is Shui, and they want to try and deal with him. They want to try and deal with this guy, but instead, no, they're going to focus their attention back at the site. A clean tap from Torchy leaves it all on Simple. And now realizing they've got him divided, they've got him split between these two fights, and they won't give it to him. Sui's even knifing the wall. He's BMing Simple. Simple dead down in the spawn.
Oh, they're in his head. They are in his head.
Cocky way to start in the pistol. Shui really trying to bait him in there with the knife.
Yep, that's a good start for what is probably the best T-sided Mirage team in the world.
Wow, that's quite a statement.
Yeah, like it's really uncommon for teams to have a better win percentage on the T side on this map, but Mouse is one of the teams, and it definitely not. That's not the story for Na'Vi. So this first half is going to be super important.
It's one where Na'Vi kind of have to deliver, right? And they're going to come through with the force buy here with the goal of doing exactly that. Simple with his scout, knows that someone's at ramp, but isn't given a line, isn't given the angle. Instead, it's Bit to open again. Good start to the force buy here for Na'Vi. Torchy's kind of stuck up over towards short, and JL waits for him. Does have some support from Exertion in the window, and so there's JL dead. 4v4 found, and Exertion keeps pressing the issue through this window. 4 on 3. Mao's back in the advantage.
Finally a good start for Bit in the fragging department. He's been like 0-6 on Inferno, and I think he was 0-4 or 5 on Overpass, so maybe this is the map where he pops off.
He played great in it the other day against Monty. He had a massive clutch in there as well. We're going to need every single player of Na'Vi in fighting form for this final, or it will be a shadow of the team we've seen throughout the playoffs so far. Didn't drop their first map until this very series. And now Na'Vi down 0-2, looking to pull the full reverse sweep. It won't be in this round. They don't need to give Simple the chance here. It's not a kit for Na'Vi, and the realization is setting in. That will guarantee it. Bit's going to save his Galil, and Mao's go 2-0 up. Hooksy, you called them the best T-sided Mirage team. They got 7 rounds against you, despite Monacy playing an unbelievable first half in your Mirage match in the playoffs. What were your takeaways from that game?
Well, I think that they're just really good, first of all, at doing these small fakes that creates space on the map elsewhere, and I think they just feel really comfortable, like everyone. They're like a young team, you know, they probably grinded Face It for half their life. And yeah, Mirage is where you play the most. So I think they just feel really comfortable, and this is one of the maps as well where Shuhei feels really good. So yeah, I think that's the takeaway mostly.
Yeah, talking of the grind of young players as well. I mean, you've got Monacy in your team coming from the same situation, the Academy League, coming from the old Na'Vi junior roster. Like, do you see that in this next generation of players, how willing and how committed they are to the game?
Well, I think that there's always been this willingness to grind hard, even from like my generation as well. But it's just, you know, with these players, they are born with a mouse in their hand, basically. Yeah. It's so sick. So yeah. But
I also think like there's kind of more of a pressure to just be like a very complete player, like in a sense, to actually like get these chances to play on top organizations, right? Like you can't get by not knowing like util, for example. That just doesn't exist. There's going to be someone else who's willing to put that time in, put that grind in. Simple. Back at spawn, Maus have run down the A play, and well, that should be pretty much this round over and done with. Frozen secures it with that double opener. The rest of Na'Vi was stacked over towards B, and so just tapped out, dealt with cleanly.
I think Torshi's form is probably the most interesting part of this Maus team, other than, I guess, young Jimmy. But, you know, an AWPer that was close to being cut, it felt like, had a lot to say with an in-game leader change, made big promises, and actually delivered here as well. He's had such a glow-up here in the playoffs here in Malta. So Na'Vi going to have to try and shut him down on this T side.
Yeah, actually, before the final, it was only Frozen and Torshi, though, who was like under their average level when it comes to stats, at least. It was mostly Jimmy and Sertian going up a lot, especially Sertian. He's this kind of guy who's like a playmaker, you know. If he's having a good tournament, that's really, really important for Maus and just makes the life easier for Shui as well when it comes to calling. So
perfect time for everyone to peak.
Yeah, I always get the feel with Zershin as well. He has to be like a very self-sufficient player. This round is going to be an example of him kind of leading the charge, trying to be the guy cracking open the B play. Zershin will fall, nothing accomplished here. Impact, can he do it? Also run through by JL. Back at the site, the bomb drop beside him, and JL will eventually get dealt with. That second player even located, so a 5v2 for Na'Vi. Now turned into a 2-on-3. It slows down a little bit now with that flank getting spotted. Torshi does try to deal with it.
It's crazy they're aware of that flank. It's so early in the round before anyone has been spotted. They try and cross out of positions as the molly lands and Simple stops them. Frozen has a gap. He's worked it out. He's pieced it together. He doesn't know about that third player, but he's figured out he can go back to Catwalk. Simple has the same realization, and it won't come easy. It won't come at all. Na'Vi on the board.
It's a very good round from Simple. Very good read to go back and check out the short position. Clears out Frozen as he tries to find that routing to get out silently with the bomb and begin the 1v3.
Felt like the explosiveness of that B-pop kind of fizzled out a bit. Like, they didn't just run at them like with Mag 10s or anything. They kind of stopped to take good duels, and I think that's actually what lost them the round a bit.
Yeah, it felt like they didn't really have like the waves necessary to actually get past that, right? You kind of had the first two players fighting, like I think it was Jimmy and Zershin going deep in the site, but everyone else fights from the platform.
Well, we try again. Maybe it's better this time.
Mag 10 this time. Bit more pace in it. Oh, they smoked the volley. They're going for it. Lexi hears that. That's early warning. This B rush is coming. JL on a further position this time, and the Mag 10 gets shot in the back. So this is already off to a similar start. Maus cordoned in the apartments, have nowhere to go.
Yeah, this could end up being a very similar feeling round unless someone from Maus is willing to deal with Alexi, who's playing up close behind this smoke. Dropped that in earlier, gives himself almost a wall to play behind, and now is Simple here to lend a helping hand. And JL swinging it wide from short.
He's out.
Na'Vi will lock Maus down. Jimmy out on an island, but 1-on-3 here as he creeps forward. That Orb's bearing down on him, out of ammo, onto the Glock. Surely can't get this kill, and JL will lock him out of the 1v3.
Simple's hitting at least, that's something. One missed shot, but no chance for Maus to get any control as they lose their first player. RV controlled the B-rush both times here. I love that bench smoke as well that Alexi throws just in front of the truck. Lets him play behind bench, lets him climb back over.
But they were definitely not... That didn't look planned the way they extinguished the molly and gave him like this early warning, as you said. That looked pretty sketchy.
Just so much warning for Na'Vi. They know what's coming. Alexi's even playing the MAC-10 in this round, so a suboptimal save. But let's see what he can do with it. Trying to farm these ecoing players. Simple starts off.
Yeah, all right, though. This is more like it out of Na'Vi. Simple and Bit both find an opener. Exertion trying to... Oh, Simple looked right at him. There you go. Second time's the charm for Simple. And with Exertion dead, this round shouldn't get too much more exciting for Mouse. It's just Yimpat and Frozen left up in it. And Simple is still fighting, this time out of the sandwich. Now, he was spotted there right at the end. Yimpat now knows.
Frozen has a molly.
Gonna force the swing out of Simple. That's the AWP remove. This one could still get exciting. There's a second player having rotated in at the stairs, and Ema will help clean that up so the Deagles never get weirder than the one kill on Simple. And that's a tie game from Na'Vi.
It's just better to see them start a little stronger, a little earlier, right? This should be a half where Simple should be able to put Na'Vi in his backpack. CT side of Mirage. Na'Vi have started both previous maps on the T side, once by choice on Inferno, and once with the danger of picking Overpass. That's why, you know, even the analysts talked about the danger of picking this map, even in a BO5, and we saw what happened. Na'Vi got 11-4 down and had no gas left in the tank once it came to that second.
Even dare to say they should have gotten away with it, because if it wasn't for this Shuhei 4K crazy round, they actually had a good T side and they got into a lot of good situations. They just, for some reason, couldn't close it out, and I think that's going to be honestly the decider for this whole series, this Overpass pick.
Would you say it was a requirement to win this series?
I think it's definitely, it would have made their life easier for sure, but obviously they can come back now if they catch momentum, and I don't know how Mouse is going to react mentally, but yeah.
I mean, you've been in these positions, 2-1 up in a grand final, losing third map, yet still 4-1-ing, 3-1-ing.
Yeah.
So
4-1.
Not
Played the fifth map for
yeah,
fun.
for fun.
They'd already done it. Oh.
Able to keep your head in it in those situations, easier said than done. And these players are young. These players are inexperienced in comparison to some of the guys on Na'Vi, the Alexis, the Simples. Over the top of stairs comes Ema. He's got a lot to do on this A attack. Flashed in for a ramp fight. Mal's bound back. 3-on-5. Not an easy spot.
Looking forward to see, like, we're already in the 7th round, and if Mouse will lose this, then it will be another eco, and then it would be the 9th round before we see Torshi with an AWP doing a default or something. And I don't know if that's the right way to do things. Like, I understand where he wants to go with this B-pop twice in a row, but you know, now it looks kind of stupid because it didn't go well.
I mean, going back to it, right? Like, going back to the B play that kind of started this whole tide for Na'Vi, this time in the 3-on-5. It feels desperate, but they get past that AWP at least, so maybe. Oh, awkward out of Alexi, but he's able to recover it, and Simple moves in.
Oh, that could have gone very wrong, right? If Alexi goes down there, Simple suddenly in a compromised position, more eyes on him, but Mal's dragged back and forth between the B players, and Na'Vi hold on yet again.
I think one of the things that is interesting is, you know, obviously whenever you get these BO5s, if it starts off like 2-0 to one of the squads, it suddenly becomes like an unrealistic idea of the comeback, right? I don't think we've had that yet in LAN play.
Nope.
So, you know, hasn't been done before. But I think in this matchup, right at the end of Go, if there ever was a time for it, it could be a team like Na'Vi with a Simple getting warmed up versus a Mouse that, sure, while they've been fantastic and they're here 2-0 right now, they've also been riding the higher momentum. If that gets shaken a little, you know, what happens then? Simple, all from the spawn, knife pulled as they try to fight.
He had a Glock.
Down under. It will fall, but it's quickly mopped up. Another knife out of Torshi. He really wants that AWP.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got that AWP. Now he's got some legs on him in the round. Torshi, anymore from the AWP. A second kill. This guy started the round bringing a knife to a gunfight. And now he's found his way onto the big green. Torshi and Frozen. This was not meant to be a round that Mouse had much to say in. And they've battled it down to a 2v2. Will it stop there? Does the buck stop with Torshi retrieving this AWP back at the spawn? 50 seconds. Mouse have slowed it right down.
it's so uncomfortable. They think there's a flank just because Na'Vi have stopped facing. They're waiting for the plant. They want to play retake and try and isolate Mouse in their post-plant positions. But they might be able to catch him in the open. This is great timing on the re-aggress. The bomb cannot cross. Na'Vi know that. Frozen must reset. Even if he goes Palace, it gives him another route into this A-bomb site. Torshi gets smoked out. Timing shot does not take it. And Na'Vi gets safely back up the connector. Nade is primed. They know they've done damage to Frozen. If he plants default, man, Alexi, he's known for his nades. His util is the top of the game. And imagine if he gets both kills here with 2 players in the site. The bomb comes in, the nade lands, and there's no time for this clutch up. Torshi comes in with a blade, leaves with the orb, but he will not take the round.
Oh, God, even crossing. That's so nerve-wracking.
What a nade for Alexi, though. He played that perfectly, just getting enough room with the smoke that he knew he could nade the planter. The realization that that bomb is back on ramp. And Na'Vi don't panic, they don't rotate out.
Yeah, I really like that Na'Vi never over kind of reacted in the 2v2, right? You could tell that Mouse were really hoping that at some point someone would just look into the site and give that fight to the Torshi orb.
Yeah, actually thought he was about to leave the whole A bomb site and run back to B with the bomb as well, but then he went Abs instead, which he's probably regretting right now.
Just want to stick by your AWP. Hope he can cover you, but can't stop the nades. Torshi will in this round. Out behind the boxes. Simple trying to be threatening from the connector. And Ima on top of the boost as well. Na'Vi really fighting for this mid control, but Mouse have players out under on Cat. Sui comes up first. Ima gets a spot and he converts the kill, even escapes before that bench player trades. So Na'Vi can sit back in a 5-on-4. And maybe even more.
Good spot for Alexi. He saw one player cross over. He's waiting to collect that kill, and it will come to him. Torshi, double up on the short side. Torshi on this AWP, hungry, but Simple locks him out. He is closed. And so now Yimpat and Frozen, 2v3, bomb all the way back in the apartments. This one's got to slow down. Mouse have got to take the pace out of it. They get rewarded in the connector, 2v2.
And this is the B player, so they now Simple will for sure think that B should be clear, but the A player is on B, so now it gets really confusing for him. And it was everything was because the bomb was in spawn. That's why he's there, which I don't know, it makes no sense if you look at it from Simple's perspective, so it makes sense why he left.
And Mouse have completely pulled the wool over his eyes as a result. Bit of luck goes a long way. With Simple, you started con. Moved to B, got a pick, got out again. Mouse will get the plant, and Simple runs through. He might burn!
Oh, dear. Oh, no. Simple tried to make a heroic play there.
Feeling the pressure.
As the Jester, and now Bit 1v2. Is he still going to try and pick this up? Succeed where Simple failed, but noise made out the window and swung from the bench. Mouse will convert on the 2v2 with a couple of missteps from Na'Vi on the way to lend a helping hand.
What do you make of that?
That feels bad. Dying to a molly and then after you miss the jump and basically die because of that as well, that definitely takes the wind out of your sails a bit. But they are in a good spot still. They have exactly enough for a full buy with orb and everything, so even though the anti-eco before got expensive, they just built so much money from before that.
Ooh, good flash. Everyone's blind, even JL, but he converts both kills, and Torshi's not ready for a man down middle. Ima gets the third, and Na'Vi can forget about the mistakes of the past.
This is actually quite nice, right? Like, you kind of, I imagine you breathe a bit of a sigh of relief here with how clean this one started, and after how hairy and ugly that last one got. It's very reassuring to know that you can screw your heads back on and pick up a round this cleanly. 5 alive at the end of it for Na'Vi after that weird 2v2 in the last.
The fast pace for Mouse not working out so far. Both weapon rounds where they actually played around mid, it was really fast in underground first, now really fast catwalk, and both times they got punished, so maybe it's time to take the tempo out or even double down and do it even faster, who knows.
Well, unfortunately, they haven't got the money this time, so we might just see the eco for Mouse. That could lean them into a quicker one. They've got max loss, so that's something here for Mouse. Keep 2K, go quick, go next. And maybe we see them work Torshi's orb.
See, one of the things we've kind of seen is that I feel like Shui is someone, and one of the words I think Connor used to describe it was almost like stubborn at times. He will just like keep trying to force a cool through if he believes in it till it works. And so I am curious to see if we see, you know, kind of slower rounds out of Maus, or if we, like Huxi suggested, maybe they double down.
We even saw that on Ancient against you, right? They just kept going for those B rushes, really quick rounds on T side. Is it easy to call, or do you overthink? Sorry, easy to read, or do you overthink it, thinking they can't surely do this again and again?
I think both me and Shuhi, we have the same way of thinking about this, and it's just like it works so much easier when you have the momentum, and it's really hard when you don't. So I think Maus is in like huge trouble right now. Usually they get 8-9 rounds on their T side on Mirage, so their CT side will be put to the test now.
Pressure's on. Maybe Torsi can come back for a knife kill. He's got a Glock again. Going to go back for an AX exertion, left to his lone.
It is a wild feeling having your Glock player be the one I'm most excited about to see how he tries to get into the A site, isn't it?
Well, good luck.
Right,
They have rifles here. They're ready to swing.
Does have his work cut out for him. Bit and Ema and even Simple starting to move over, so they're going into this three-pronged hold. Simple a little late, so for now they've got this fight on the stairs player, and Yimpat will run him down. AK Spam knocks out another, and so suddenly this low buy round from Maus with just a few pistols looks to find a way in. 4v2. JL from the spawn brings it back for Na'Vi. Is this going to entice them to try the round? 2 players in the connector, 2 players to play around this bomb, and a third up in Palace swings and finds success. It's just JL now. Down to the USP, and the tap on the bomb does not bait these peaks out of Maus. JL is not given the fights he needed. Couple of missed shots from Exertion, but he will pick it up.
Awfully close there at the end, but great round for Maus. I love the execute. They have that deep con smoke, not one that lands from the A side that gives room for a CT to come out and get onto the stairwell. It forces Na'Vi behind the jungle smoke and stuck on stairs. They get isolated, and Jimpat puts that gun to use.
What a lifeline. I just talked about how much trouble they had, and then they win a round like this. It's like, I think almost probably every team in top 10 has this call. I think Heroic brought it into the meta at first, and I'm actually surprised that it worked, because nowadays when people see this exact smoke you're talking about, the way it bounces is very unique, and you know there will be 2 flashes following up. And somehow Ima got caught after the first one, which I was surprised about. So, but yeah, it worked out in the end.
I think Simple got shot there by
so
JL,
cheesy.
by the way. He got shot in middle. Simple turned around and he got peeked, and then Zershin goes on for more. The gap in the box gives him all the info he needs to find a double kill in middle, and you bet Na'Vi are pissed right now. An eco win from Maus into a dominant round like this, and the money will be gone.
That little pixel hole in the top mid boxes, man, it serves Exertion so well. It's so grimy. There was nothing that Na'Vi felt like they could have done about that. And so now, you know, just down to these 2 players surviving, I mean, Alexi can try hold on to his MP9, sure, but might be worth him hanging around to see if he can get something better out of this. Instead, he falls immediately to Yimpat. And so it's just the one M4 saved in a flawless round for Maus that ties this game up, this 3rd map at 6-all.
I am still super worried about just what happened in middle there with JL and Simple, because Simple like jumped in and I guess made noise, made JL jump. Look what he does. Ema shot him, and then Simple turns around, and that's when he gets shot just a second or 2 later.
Not to mention the blood hitting the wall is like the most obvious cue that they're pushing top mid.
Yeah, that's
Maus kind of looking at that blood like, damn, we didn't do that. What's happened there?
Yeah, that's a frustrating round.
It's a tilter.
There's something to be said about like these few rounds over the last like 4 rounds. The ones that Na'Vi have lost have all felt quite rough. Like they lose to the Tech-9 push in the round prior to last. That one there, you have the weirdness in mid, and then the previous victory for Maus was that 2v2 that I've been trying to forget about.
Yep.
So you know, you got to say there's something about how Maus are grinding into this, and how the rounds for Na'Vi all feel like they've had some weird caveat to go alongside it.
Those 8-9 round halves on the T side may be apparent after all. Miles with what should be a freebie, has every right to be. Just bit on the stairs, and even he is going to get caught. He's been spotted. He doesn't know. He's walking into his death, and while a dink comes through, the Zeus ain't that rangy, bud. This is not going to happen for Na'Vi. Not in a million years. Miles ready to split this site. JL does get a backstab. They line up. 2 kills out of nowhere. Torchy will trade, but they're dropping out through smoke. More damage done. This is getting way too close.
Bombs at bottom con, and right now the AWP is low in middle. It still should be a fine round for Maus. Frozen's trying to reel it back in here and now. Doing a little bit of damage, weapon retrieved, but dropped in the connector, and now Ema finished off. Frozen regains control over the USPs.
Just repeating there, your heart's racing.
Scary. Damn, all right.
And Torchy, I mean, he's one more shot from death as he gets jumped on by Window. That was not a reassuring round, but not many have been in this map. Bloody and bruised, Miles will come out with a 7-round T-side.
I mean, this next one gets to decide whether or not this is like a great first half for Maus or just a good first half for Maus, right? Like, you've kind of put a good bit of emphasis in this over how the T-side felt like an important place for Maus to find their success, and they've kind of gone on to do that in this half. Where it gets really lucrative is winning this one. They break Na'Vi's money, and suddenly they're looking at 9-6. Husi, that's kind of crazy, considering at one point you were paranoid that Na'Vi had all the momentum.
Like, this one round with the pistol armor decided a lot for them, and like for now, like if it was us playing and we got 7 rounds on T, the rest will be bonus. Like, I'm happy with 7 rounds on this map, so.
Okay, down under, JL is up to no good. And Ema spots that, surely, so JL should be ready. He's not. Zershan just gets a free kill, a necessary trade, caught jumping out of position, and Na'Vi will equalize for now. This is still a double-layered mid-lurk, though. Impact will come in later through connector as Maus poised for this A hit. Bit jumping. The AWP won't go first, though. So he's going to get spotted and get a second chance. Dangerous jumps yet again. Out of danger, out of dodge. As the molly pushes him back, Na'Vi should be playing retake here.
Retake, but with an auto shotgun.
Oh,
not ideal.
They kind of got to fight for some control, and Bit tries. Simple's having a tap at range with the USP because his other weapon is the auto shotgun. So getting that out of his hands as fast as he can and onto the M4. Plant is in for the Maus squad. Flash into Con. No one fires on the back of it, so no info there for Maus.
Alexi's picked up more nades, and there's a kit in the site. He can burn out Impact, certainly here.
Until goes in. HE to follow. Nice. Impact burning and forced out into the Molotov. Na'Vi, this is the moment. This is the chance to try and salvage this CT side. They've crossed in. Torchy with some misses. Can't afford the next one to miss. It's got to hit because the bomb is planted for CT. Torchy moving in. Got it. Alexi's retrieved that kit, but goes for the fight. And that is a fight that will haunt Alexi. Maus onto 8 as Torchy pulls up with the 1v2.
He could have stuck it. He could have just got right on that bomb. Torchy would have had the pressure. He would have had to move, but Alexi had no chances, no time to dilly-dally. He had to make a call, and he makes the wrong one. Torchy does not miss a beat.
We can only guess, but from my point of view, it looks like there's a lot of miscommunication on Na'Vi's side right now, and it makes sense since they're still new to all this international lineup, English-speaking team, but damn, that's the most frustrating way to lose as well, when you feel like you're doing the right things, but you can't really like communicate them in the right way.
Yeah, like you can't get on the same page. It's like individually you're all doing all right, but in terms of coming together as a team, that's where it's missing for Na'Vi. JL dead. Over in mid, it's the AWP to open. Torchy flying high after a 1v2 in the last round, has found the 5v4 in round 15. Maus are hungry for a 9th on their T side.
Yeah, you want to talk team play. This is a roster, at least a core, under the NXT project that farmed hundreds of thousands in We Play Academy money. And now they're coming back into the big leagues and trying to take down the big dogs. Na'Vi on a leash right now on this CT side. We've got a B split coming through. 2 players at the site make that one.
One from From Simple over a bench, he's got to be light on his feet here. Does Simple a second kill from the Famus, but there's more around in the corner. Simple is running out of ammo. His teammates helped out massively, but Simple can't stay alive much longer. Frozen and Torshi, 2v2. One more man to deal with inside of the site. It's a bit up close. Ema challenging from short has been spotted, and they know about him now. For Frozen and Torshi, this is all teed up. They've just got to finish the job. And as Ema goes around the corner, he catches that flash fully. Mao's even cross out of there, and now it's planted for Market. Ema really has his work cut out for him in this 1v2.
And he's going to get crouch peeked, isn't he? Jiggle, flash is good. Ema pushed back, and again, the lack of kit, the lack of chance for Na'Vi at the end of the half. He just has to go get it, run wild into the site. We have Frozen offering a 1v1. Ema, can he take it? No. It's Torshi to shut it out, and Mouse to try and finish this final in 3. The last CSGO LAN, and it could be the young, plucky Mouse that can.
precision. I went and got my bid up quick, 100 figures. They once was
My God, he's a viral! The best in the game!
Maus have weathered the storm right now. 9 rounds to their name as they move on to the CT side in map 3. They are currently just 7 rounds away from lifting this trophy and doing it in 3 maps over a Na'Vi who didn't drop a map all the way into the grand finals. Quite the run from Mouse that they could be about to finish here and now.
Every step of the way, we doubted this team. We thought, no, this one's too big. This is a bridge too far. This is a stone too heavy to lift. But they break through Furia, FaZe, G2, ENCE, and now the final task ahead of them. A similarly unestablished team at the top of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And I think Mouse are ready for it right now. They feel unstoppable, Uxie.
They do, and it looked really good for Na'Vi halfway through that first half, but then that one pistol armor round, that damn pistol armor round.
Breaks the
It's
best.
crazy though, right? Because when you do go back and look at it, like that was literally in the most obvious way. When you go and look at even just the round timeline, you can pinpoint where this started to go wrong. And the fact that it was done with Tech9 armor on a crazy call to fast wrap up into the A side, I don't know, it hurt Na'Vi and they never recovered. They never recovered past that point. So let's see if they can now on their T side.
Ooh, they're faking a B execute, but two players go at three rather, going under. Gonna look to draw this back. Do they want to show the bomb B and then get out of here? Jimpat always plays this jail position, full tucked. They're gonna wait for the big flank. This is madness. They are in window right now. Bomb almost committed B, 4 strong on the site. And no one's moving a muscle. Everyone's waiting for a mistake, but Mouse aren't giving it.
This is so weird. Just imagine playing and you just have no idea what's going on.
You almost have to pull back here. You can't walk into B with the window not broken. It would give it all away right now. And even though Mouse are aware of this possibility, they're just spotting. They're just playing for info. And Frozen finds out the hard way. That should open up the path to A, unless the bomb gets cut off by Xertion. He's missed it entirely. Na'Vi now favored in the pistol.
Oh, he has missed that timing. Alexi makes it up through the connector with the bomb on his back.
Ouch.
Exertion dead. Simple taking matters into his own hands in the pistol. And now Jimmy moving up through CT, at least gets that trade. Backstab is in. Ema wins his fight, and Simple closes in on the backstab. It's 3 in the pistol. Rip roaring from Simple.
So I think Frozen gets destroyed there. That peak looked pretty good. Players were turned away, but they flicked back. They double headshot him. Without that, could have been a very easy round for Mouse with the bomb down, stuck under. Yeah, that's a flick.
Wow.
That's a Simple pistol. Trying to activate late in this game. He started strong, but, well, those damn pistol armors.
Yep.
Force up for Mouse now. Scout, Deagles, and Na'Vi looking for their second wind.
Na'Vi have just got to withstand this force buy, and then they can look forward to tying up this third map. But that's easier said than done, and Mouse are already making some moves in the mid-round. We have the first kind of 20 seconds play out with Na'Vi looking to take this mid-control. Mouse don't get faced anywhere else, and so now they look to take some room on the extremities with Shui pushing up and taking ramp control away. That frees up Torshi to be a little more mobile on the scout. So you'll see him leaning through the market. Frozen starts to peel out of the A site as well, and that's right as Na'Vi look to move in. Shui alone in the defense of A, puts up 1, but can't get away with any more. Na'Vi have got the site, they've got the plant, and Maus are far removed. If Alexi wins these ones on short, Na'Vi have got this round in the bag.
I'm sure it took some time for Bit to plant that because he's so paranoid about where is Frozen. Frozen is usually the guy on A. And you just killed the connector player, so like, I think he was pretty sure Frozen was in pit with the other guy, and this is something you will see from Mouse a lot. They have this, I guess, like vision of Mirage that they start really strong around slope in case people execute on them, and then when people start to take mid and they maybe do the second wave of like window and top connector smoke, then you will see them push in and kind of trade places, so they don't only lose map control, they also gain a bit. And obviously it's not only Mouse doing this, but I've seen them do this a lot at least. And yeah, already in round 2 of the city side, so.
Well, something Na'Vi certainly have to be prepared for on this T half. You know, Blade is a very influential coach tactically for this team. And with Flashy behind Na'Vi as well, they have more than enough manpower to look at the demos. Look at how Mouse got here in the first place. Mirage has been a cornerstone of their map pool. One more anti-eco to even the playing field.
There is still a bit of intrigue on this round, thanks to those pistols being brought forward and the scout still in play for Torshi. Na'Vi aren't allowed to get super comfortable here. Exertion in the window, mollied out of position. Actually, that goes into the ladder room. Never mind, it's to clear that out, and Exertion's already dropped on down. Tries his hand at the jump shot through the smoke. Hell, why not?
That's an Apex classic. Got 2
God,
kills
I
against us
remember.
like this.
Yeah, I remember that clip.
Yep. Still feels bad till this day.
But, well, unfortunately, no crazy Apex-like move out of Xertion. Instead, he'll just go and rejoin his buddies over on B. This is very measured from Na'Vi, playing this as though it is, you know, the kind of pacing of like a full gun round. They really don't want to lose anyone. No one wants to be that first man to fall here for Na'Vi. And so they're hoping they can kind of figure out where this stack is if it's employed. In the final 30 seconds, you might assume that Maus have grouped up on one of these sites. So as Na'Vi go into A, they've got to be methodical here. They clear it out with the util, and they get deep enough in now to realize that there's nobody home. Torshi's scout fires off a shot from spawn. When they see that, they know they've got the safety for this plant.
They might even go hunting here. All the util on bit. The only flash, you won't be able to get that out from jungle right now. So Na'Vi just go for a setup, play together, and Maus will pop around this corner, hoping for the best. Shui grabs info. And the rifles move closer. There's even a hunting MAC-10 in B. There's no way Maus are getting out of here with anyone alive. Na'Vi will make sure of it.
Ima is about to be mad.
Oh, dear.
Pros has just been sat up there the entire round as well, waiting
Simple
for that.
goes for the knife, and he loses his
another.
AK. Oh, that could have been a big exit. Instead,
That's worth it though. That's
bomb.
3 kills basically. That's not a bad full eco almost.
Yeah, saved Deagle and Scout, and they barely have impact anyway. So Maus come out the better, but this is now an even scoreline. Does it feel like an even game?
I think you could say it's an even game. One thing that I noticed right now is actually that Shuhei is not having the best game individually. That's the first time in this series, and like he's playing connector, which is probably on this map the most important position. So once again, they rely on him stepping up as well.
Got to get activated. He's got support from the ladder side. Xertion's dropped in on the bricks.
Oh, is that a missed window smoke at an RV?
Does look like it. Drop down under. They replenish. There's no one punishing here. The AWP is all the way back in CT again. This will fade soon. Better keep their eyes on the prize.
Searching with a smoke still. You don't want to die up here with a smoke.
Ooh, or just don't die. Simple as that. Drop it back down and evade capture. Alexi right-clicks the nade in a little far. Xertion will live to tell the tale, and Na'Vi's mid-control is known about.
And again, Frozen doing a good job of taking back some map control. Now that they lost middle, they're going for this slow push again. Ooh, this is... Wow. This is spicy.
Oh, and with no noise as well.
Yep.
Does he check the right side?
Surely not. I mean, they mollied in here earlier as well. Surely Na'Vi have no clue that Shui's about to walk on him like that. And so Alexi caught out by the boost. A bit of trickery from Maus. Torshi nails the shot on bit crossing. And Na'Vi, this round has blown up in their faces here. 2 versus 5. Grinding to a rather jarring hole in the apartments. They try to come through the smoke. Simple gets in, but with JL dead, Simple falls as well.
And rounds like that just show you why we love Maus, right? Like, while Na'Vi are this culmination of firepower players, of high-impact fraggers, Maus are a team through and through. They came here from the beginning together, and they will leave CSGO arms linked. That's such a sick reboost.
Yeah, that's really good mid-round from Maus. And something that you will need to win Mirage, especially on a map like this. There's a lot of, you know, these small situations where you can get away with small tricks like this can basically win you the whole map.
Well, that's the first gun round. It's a step in the right direction for Maus. It's double digits first, and it's 6 rounds from the trophy.
I think we will get another buy round here, maybe. But one interesting thing about Na'Vi so far for me is that, you know, when you have like a new lineup and a first time international lineup, you could try to get the easy way out and like play fast, play with set calls, and you don't really have to communicate as much, but they play really slow, and defaults with a lot of communication and all this stuff. Like, they're playing the long game with this team, it looks like for me. Like, they're not taking the easy route, so it's impressive that they're in the final really at this point, like after such a little time together.
I don't think they even expected that themselves, so
I mean,
sure.
yeah, Simple said in that interview, right? You kind of had to like come to terms with the fact that they weren't just going to be the best team ever straight away, and it would actually take a while to kind of work back up to that.
I remember Kerrigan saying when he was in Mouse that he expected like a team to at least take 6 months to fall into place and like to get on the same page and build a strat book and all this stuff. So to already be here is more than impressive, honestly.
The Na'Vi aren't just here to be here. They're here for the whole thing. You don't get to a grand final without that championship mentality, without that want to win.
That was a little miscommunication from Mouse, though. A double smoke and connector. That's actually huge. Only the B player, Yimp, had left with a smoke.
It's coming back to the Palace.
They should honestly leave him on B with that smoke and then...
His smoke's already gone out now at the 50-second mark, so no smokes for Maus. No way to slow this down. They're now at the full mercy of Na'Vi's exec. It's only 1 smoke, 3 flashes, and a molly from Na'Vi. That's more than Maus have got to work with here.
This net is closing. They're moving 2 up con. There's 1 on ramp. They're splitting Maus. They're crunching them together, and that pick will open up the play.
Simple with the opener. JL trying to move in is shut out. Simple brings in another. Surely no more. Simple's doing it all. 1-man army out through Palace.
Young Jim.
And it's all left on a Yimpat. Alone in the window and far removed from the round. He kind of hangs around here with the kit dropped in front of him. He could retrieve that, but decides against it. Plays the save here and concedes a tie game to Na'Vi. It's clear that Simple wants to put this game on his shoulders if he can. He's looked to be so influential across this second half. He came in, had that big 3K in the pistol. Another multi-kill here from him now to find the tie game at 10-all. You can see that Simple feels the pressure to make plays, but he's at least delivering right now.
I wouldn't trust anyone else quite as much inside of this team right now. And sure, there's been some frustration in this map, but Na'Vi is still fighting for it. 10-10, refusing to go quiet. Such an important timing on Torsi's reposition. He was watching Palace the entire time, but Maus had no information towards middle. Their smokes expired. They wanted something. They get hunted down by Simple. 10 apiece, and a weird economical situation. They'll probably drop a gun. They can get 5 rifles, but AWP might be a distant memory. Oh, they drop it. It's even less nades.
Yeah, but it's a smoke for Yimpad anyway, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. And also, have you ever seen this guy get caught off guard?
No, true.
Actually, never. Like, it's insane. I've been watching him the whole final, and he didn't get caught off guard a single time.
No, he checks everything, I feel like. Even like corners where they physically can't be. And I'm like, man, like, he is thorough. No, old Jimmy, man, he's keen for it.
Yeah, we've seen him in these playoff games anchor B alone very well on this map. Always just tucked in jail. He wasn't getting cleared. I think it was even in your game as well. It's got to be something Na'Vi know about. We've seen him back in that position today. He's doing a jump spot, baiting for Zertium right now on the balcony. Na'Vi are in no hurry, especially not towards B there. Eyes out middle, AWP looking for a pick, and Maus refusing to offer one up.
Zertium is playing way more towards B-ups than he usually is, which suggests that I think they expected Na'Vi to have some game plan to maybe hit the B-ups a bit more, but so far it's just been slow rounds, taking mid control, getting it down to this split towards A most of the time.
And once again,
they're taking slope, so... But they're leaning towards B. Which I understand, like a lot of teams has this mentality of like, okay, you just smashed, they just won on A, so now they will switch it up. And yeah, they just keep going with what works.
This flash, Frozen turns back into it. He has to jump through a bit, escape through the smoke, and he finds that entry kill. Torchi's got to do it all right now. A 1v1 against number 1. It's Simple down on ramp. Torchi falls off the box. He waits for the Palace play instead. 25 seconds, the bomb's out ramp.
Even makes it over the stairs as well, continuing to apply pressure to this AWP back at the spawn. A big kill from Impact comes out from jungle, and a 3-on-3 ensues with Ema trying to reclaim this space in jungle. Can he go toe-to-toe with Jimmy in this fight? Ema waits. First kill is his, but can't secure that second. Good protocol from Mouse. Nicer shot from Simple. Gets rid of Torshi out on the spawn side. And for Exertion, this bomb, open plant. Na'Vi, that second player could be anywhere. They could just look to play around this bomb. There is nothing that Exertion can do here, and he knows it. They'll even look to hunt him down right at the close. He knocks the AWP out from Simple's hands. JL will try and retrieve it, but will he get away? JL will.
Huge kill.
An important kill to maintain that AWP for Na'Vi.
But more importantly, deny Torshi a solo AWP in this round, right? If that gets out, that's the if you're going to have one gun on an eco, that's the perfect gun on CT Mirage. Just play very mobile, go for picks. Torshi's been sat back in CT spawn in almost all of these rounds where his AWP and Simple's had his number. So that's a massive exit for JL. It keeps the money in good standing. It puts Na'Vi up by a round. And Mouse are now the ones tasked with coming back in.
If that was anyone else but Simple going for that last frag, I would have called him insane.
Yeah.
But it's Simple, so it's fine.
The fact Desertion even reads it as well. He knows he's getting hunted.
Yeah.
Got to know what you're up against. Na'Vi, this looks like a different team all of a sudden. This T-side coming together, slow and steady being the key, but steady nonetheless.
And Mouse every round as well, giving them mid control. They don't like run out catwalk like we saw JL, for example, was doing on his city side, or Ima as well.
Do you
like fighting
that?
for mid ramp. No, I think you need a good mixture of like, for example, Mouse. I rarely see them go for these plays, and I think it's good to have a mixture of this thing where you take slope after them getting mid, and then where you actually fight for the control once in a while. But yeah, maybe they also didn't feel like doing it because they never really had like a stable economy, and I get that you don't want to take as many risks when your money is low. So
got to keep them on their toes right now. Na'Vi know what to expect.
And no worse feeling than like trying to swing mid with your first AWP in 3 rounds and you just lose it immediately, and it's like, well, guess I asked for it. Here we are, Na'Vi, they've got the mid control, they fight the pistols here. Mouse actually did offer up some resistance in middle, but the Deegs were no match for the fancy rifle work, and Na'Vi. Exertion, maybe his is. The Eagle back at jungle. Exertion seems to want to give this a try. Swinging it wide, Ema will deal with him. And so that Deagle locked out, and with it, the round.
It was close, man. Na'Vi don't give him the fights he wants. He wants that close peek. He gets the palace jiggle. Then the stairs player goes over, making his crosshair placement a nightmare. Great, well dealt with by Na'Vi with 10 seconds left on that plant. The orb's thrown out.
Na'Vi composure as well.
Yeah.
With like, what, 15 seconds left, most teams would just swing on this guy when he gets the first 1D, But they're chilling. They don't go for anything crazy.
Part of the culture. New team, new in-game leader, same old Na'Vi. No exits for Mouse. We'll keep 3 guns alive going into Mouse's full buy. Important again, Na'Vi lost 4 in the previous. They re-established their money. Oh, Impact got 1 after the clock. So JL's lost his gun. 2 guns survived. Not the end of the world. He didn't grab it either, so we have Torchi come up with the AWP.
I feel like Torchi's been getting kind of wrecked in terms of the spawns. It's like another rough one for him. He's not going to get to have some like crazy chance to be hyper involved. Not in the early stages, at least.
And this is something that he likes to do. I've never seen an AWPer like him who like every round he's going for something. It feels like. And again here, this is the best you can do with a bad spawn, I guess.
It gets
Ladder
out.
boost. Ooh. Meanwhile, this A play is coming in for Na'Vi. This is a real pace change here. The rounds up until this point have been these slow burning, ending in the final, 15, 20 seconds. Now it's a plant very, very quickly. And Mao's have kind of caught off by the pace here. They're out of position to even launch this retake. They're left hinging on these kills coming in from CT. And if on this first swing you don't find Simple, you might never get the second chance. He manages to get in behind the firebox. Now is Util to lay out into CT spawn. Shui trying to play through it. Goes up, goes over, and Simple shuts him down. This should be it for Maus. They're continuing with the retake, but it's a ghost, a shell of its former self here on the Maus retake attempt. And Simple even looking to remove the orb, won't manage that. Torshi gets out with it at least.
Na'Vi don't care. They've been throwing orbs out, man. They're rich right now. They're winning rounds. They've got a huge streak. That's 7 out of 8 on this T side. What a fantastic pace change. And the one round, Torshi doesn't start CT spawn. The one round is the round that Na'Vi run through the Molotov on ramp. Simple's hitting some ridiculous shots right now. Remember that quad kill out of Palace?
Dude, and it's not just like he didn't start CT. It's like they boosted him ladder. He ended up as far away from helping out at the A site as possible. Yeah. And it was left to the one-man hold.
And that round is so early as well that Maus have no info, they have no control. They're so scared of underpass, they're so scared of top mid lurkers. They're taking so much time to come through connector.
When was the last time you saw Simple on the camps like this? Like so fired up, he's like hyping up his teammates. Yeah. Where like, I feel like for the last 2-3 tournaments, every time I see him, it's like hands to his face, all like frustrated. But now he just seems like a motivator more than anything.
For Maus, where have they gone? Right on the precipice of taking the final CSGO land, going silent on the CT side of Mirage. They're going to throw some aggression into this one. Their first venture into middle, all half. They peek under, they miss the timing. They go back top mid. Alexi awaits. And he doesn't know there's an AWP creeping in. He'll find out the hard way. Torshi, how cocky is he? Does he want to go for more? On the smoke bloom, he finds 2, and Maus may have an eco in there yet.
Said it last round, Torshi always likes to try and make plays, and make plays he shall. 2 kills to the good in this one. Bit trying to save the day over in the apartments, but he's getting wrapped, he's getting flanked, and Shui looks to lock in the round with the bomb controlled. Simple so far away, and this round is anything but. It's a 1v4 as he loops into window. They're watching this, they're holding it from lower. Frozen finishes the job that Torshi starts on that AWP, and that might light a bit of a fire under Maus. That's 1 gun saved out of the last loss, out of a CT side that felt like it's dying here for Maus Sports. Torshi has kept them in it with that double kill.
Maybe one of the rounds where you regret not doing the pace change, right? Because they saved this AWP, and you know they saved the AWP as well, right? So
is part of that not wanting to just run into it? You don't want to just go for a speedy B and there's 3 there, there's an AWP there.
No, it feels stupid if you run into it. Oh, here we go. Oh, it feels bad if you run into the AWP, of course. But at the same time, it also feels bad if you give him the whole round to work picks like they did, right? And then you cannot really blame you. Like, it's not like anyone did something really wrong that round. Like, he was holding top mid for the push. He got punished because it's an AWP. Then the guy in underground, same thing. And all of a sudden, it's a 5 versus 3, and then the mistakes comes because you have to take risks, you know? So, yeah, it would look stupid to rush into an AWP and, and everything, but at the same time,
he's able to cut them down 1 by 1.
Yeah, you would rather have the trade on the AWP than the 2 1v1 head-to-heads, right?
And this eco's going nowhere. Safe to say, I think, at this point, they're behind top mid boxes.
Sorry, but the fact that Shui is up here means that this round is kind of a non-starter for Na'Vi.
That's a great
Exertion's just bait. He's just there to draw them into Shui's kill box.
He had, what, 4 kills at half, and you were saying how important his position is towards connector and short. Na'Vi have certainly had some good A splits. They've broken through it multiple times. Yeah. But the fact that Maus is still competing right now, he's barely back on the board. I think he's up to 11 now, or 10 now with that round on some anti-ecos, but still.
The most important for the upcoming round is just, I just talked about before how active Torshi is as an AWP on the CC side. And you don't have an AWP now as Na'Vi to punish him. So, and he knows this as well because of the economy that they only had 2 loss bonus. There's no way they can have an AWP. So he will be, like, he will have a playground basically on the whole map, and he is going for it.
It's about time. Send it, lad. Flick out up, and Ima is there. Dear, oh dear, disaster.
That's so big for Na'Vi, because that's a really ballsy way for Torshi to try and begin the round. And the fact that Ima's holding for that move, Shows that Na'Vi at least know who they're up against here.
Simple's running in as well. He just sprinted into B-Apps to get that gift.
Yep.
Thank you very much. You will not regret this.
Also a really weird angle for Ima to hold. Usually, because like if Torshi decided to get boosted B-Apps that round, then he's dead. Because he's holding open
he's
to B-Apps.
like open to the wall. Oh, damn.
If Mouse can win this, I'll be even more impressed. They've armed Simple with an AWP. It's a good Molotov, but it will be smoked and limited damage. The nade helps, but Alexi will not die. Mouse look like they want to fight back for middle now. Shui moving through Connectus, spots Ima under, but...
If Na'Vi decides to go for a split this round, which it looks like, they could run into huge trouble if Sershin decides to smoke Connector now. Or even Frozen towards A also has the smoke left.
Ooh, Shui goes through that smoke and he gets spammed on the edge of it. There's a molly in front as well. That was high risk and no reward. It's going to be a B hit and split. Yimpat on his own, out on catwalk right now. His teammate helps out, frees up some room to play retake. He swings the orb and he drops Simple and more. The bomb comes crumbling down and 20 seconds for JL to save the day.
Out of nowhere, Na'Vi thought they had this in the bag. JL's not being respected. They're rushing him down from short. They're already so much deeper than he's ready for. JL screwed, surely backed in at the back of the site and locked out. It's Yimpat and Zershin to do it all for Mouse. That was basically a 2v5 from them two right there.
That hurts.
Again, it's the young 17-year-old multi-kill, kills Simple, who has the AWP, who's trained in on the angle, the false confidence of the best gun, and he can't get that kill. And look at what it costs Na'Vi. If Maus make a comeback now, after 7 out of 8 rounds on the T side for Na'Vi in a row, and now 3 straight from the young Maus, this would be a robbery right at the end of map 3. It felt destined for more.
And who was there to close out the map of an overpass? That was also Yimpat. He is so good in the late stage of the game, and he didn't even have any action to warm up in this half. Like, he didn't see anyone, and all of a sudden he just pulls out this 3K.
They're running, they're gunning, but they're getting mollied off. Yimpat wants
You really want to run into this guy?
Unbelievable from Yimpat. And you're dead on. They haven't even been coming here. They haven't even been coming to this side of the map. It's only now that they're learning just how off limits this B site is.
Stay away.
Hot damn, Yimpat delivers across these last 2 rounds for Maus. Now 4 straight on their way to the finish line. This was Na'Vi with a second win. This was a Na'Vi who coming in to the 9th round of this second half have won almost every single one, right? They were 7 for 1 in rounds to open up the second half. Na'Vi looked lights out. And then, across these last few rounds, owing it at first to Torshi, now to Yimpat. One by one, that torch has been passed around Maus, and they've all had their moments in the sun to pick this up and swing it back in their favor.
They've got to go back for slow pace now, right? They don't even have the AWP, but a couple of quicker rounds on low econ, and Maus have turned them into mincemeat.
They got away with it the last gun round where Torshi died in underground, but I doubt that will happen again. And no AWP again.
And he has a spawn, so he's just going to go straight for the window side. He jumps catwalk, he lands it, and Na'Vi send 4 towards B. Make that all 5. Make that the entire entourage. And finally, Maus make a move in middle. They've cleared out top side. Zershin's pushed all the way up. Jump spot ready with a Molotov. The ice cold fin at the back of the site.
Yimpat and Torshi gonna have to play off of one another, and Torshi should be. Oh, crazy flick back round, and now Shui's joined the action. A third man appears, and Maus don't even need the helping hand. They box Na'Vi into the apartments. They lock them down. The B play dies.
Careful.
Unless Simple and Ima can do something here in this round that was a 2v5. They've got it down to a 2-on-3. Torshi takes position over on short, but is whittled down low from the Ima spray. Na'Vi, this was not ever going to be easy, but they've at least made a case for it. 2-on-3 up through short, 45 seconds left.
That's ballsy.
This is scary right now.
Maus with aggression.
I don't think they expect the AWP up here. After just seeing him on catwalk, he ran all the way, knife out.
Shui. This could be his moment. They're right there, ripe for the taking, not looking at him. And even as Simple deals with that point man, it's the second one, it's the orb, up in apartments. Torshi gets Mouse onto 15. And his wild plays, his outlandish repositioning, his tenacity to always want to make a move in this third map has felt like a difference for Mouse. It's felt like a real difference maker here. He's sprinting towards 30 kills in map number 3 as Torshi on that orb. And after making the bold claim that he would bounce back stronger with Shui in this roster, that he would up his individual level, no one quite expected the performances that we've had from him here. Tries his hand at the mid peak, but this time dies immediately. Torshi can't be the hero twice. And so a much better start for Na'Vi in a 5-on-3 to try and deny the win to Mouse. They don't get past Yimpat though.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, just stay away from B-side right now.
He's a monster. And he goes through his own smoke. Yeah. They call Frozen ice cold. This guy, he's the Finnish wind right now. And Na'Vi, they've got frostbite. Back on the balcony. Na'Vi still hold for the re-aggression. And you hear the crowd. If we're going to go out and go, let's end in 30 at least. Can Na'Vi get us there? 4v3, it's down to the fights. There's no more util on this T-half. Minute left for them to get grouped. The bomb is retrieved back to middle, looking for an A split. Frozen, fairly unbothered in this CT side. His biggest task yet.
All Na'Vi can hear as they group for this is the room filling with chants of 3-0. Mouse, a man down in the sight hold, but has that ever stopped them before? Frozen lines up a double. Shui from the spawn side drops that smoke. They know where he is. Yimpat on a lengthy rotate down through dark. This is for all the marbles. Na'Vi in the post plant trying it so hard to keep the game alive, keep the dream alive, that they could still turn this final around. It's Shui, the man at the helm of the Mouse vessel, dead first. And now, young Jimmy, the guy who shut them down on many a B play, has got to try and stick the landing in a 1v2 retake. Out he comes, fast on the approach, dead immediately at the hands of Simple. And so finally that head-to-head goes Simple's way.
One more round at least here on Mirage.
The streak has been broken. And this has been a really streaky series overall.
All it is two for Na'Vi. Take it to OT. It's a different game at that point. No longer will Economy write their story. No longer will the AWP be lacking. It is here. Simple on a Galil. Everyone else AK'd up. And Na'Vi look to play out a spawn heavy on the A side. It's Torshi and Con this time. Na'Vi go through the Molotov, they smoke it. Frozen knows it's coming. He's heard the pins pull. He's heard the util drop. And he has a smoke of his own to stay strong. Na'Vi in no hurry. They want to pick. And Mouse will not swing, not yet. Shui swaps out. Frozen anchors down. And Na'Vi wait for Ema, who's been given nothing towards B. We're back to the bait and switch jump spot on balcony. We're back to the AWP in spawn, where this half started. Torshi's getting in position yet again.
It's not easy to try and close a BO5 in round 30, to try and deny OT. It's an even taller order for a squad. Still green, still growing in Mouse, but they've come this far. Can they do it? First kill found, it's Frozen and Shui toppled. Torshi and Spawn has been a real highlight across this run from the Mouse squad, but what's he meant to do? The site is lost. Na'Vi have moved in. They've taken this real estate away. And Mouse have not had any say in the matter so far. Exertion tries to start it. Instead, it's Yimpat responding with one, but it's the dying moments of closing this in regulation. Mouse can feel that this one is getting away from them. Yimpat doing all he can, but will it be enough? 3 kills from the youngster. How many more can he find? Dropping in. Jimmy does not have time on his side. Sticking the bomb, and it won't work. JL puts a stop to him. A damn good try, but no heroics in round 30 for Mouse. This one is decided in OT.
We'll get there kicking and screaming, and maybe Mouse will as well. They don't want to be here. They want this already over, but Na'Vi refuse to let go. Massive back-to-back rounds from the GOAT of Go in Simple. 3 and 2 kills respectively to get us these last 2 A plays. And even though young Jimmy looks good for the ace, it's not to be. We
And
fight on.
That round shows that it's a game of seconds because... Oh, Torchi.
One is all he gets, and Simple even picks.
If Torchi was CT 2 seconds earlier last round,
yeah,
Mouse would have won the tournament now. I'm fairly certain. But because he was there a bit late, he ended up jumping on the box and missed the first shot. And that changes everything.
Damn.
Which is crazy. Like, it's just one little thing where he could have, like, maybe didn't hold shift.
Look at this. Xerxion's heard every single footstep coming through spawn. Mouse have double rotated out of the bomb site. They're going to be in the right place. They're going to be here just in time as Na'Vi get grouped. Sure, they're a man down, but blocking you till buying time for a flank that's begun to walk. Now Mouse are right behind enemy lines.
This is crazy.
Hold your breath.
Xerxion is in position to absolutely ruin Na'Vi. Oh my god. Xerxion! There's the backstab! Strikes them in their nightmares. That one's gonna play on repeat. Xerxion with an instant wrap through the T-spawn, hounds Na'Vi down, and before they even get set up to really make the move into A, the round is already over.
And he does it again. To think Torchi's dropping under in these rounds, sure, it's only 1-for-1, but the confidence has not been lost by Mouse.
And it makes sense because you remember when he died in Underground last time as well, they won the round in a similar fashion. You know, like they're down and it doesn't really make sense for them to win. The percentage is against them, but still. And that gives you confidence as Norpo to go for these kills and go for these aggressive peaks, because even though that it might fail, your team has your back.
Racking up a highlight reel is the Hungarian. Another AWP on the A side with Frozen boxed in. He's got a smoke to escape. Doesn't want to get mollied and trapped. Simple's out ramp with the AW. He gets naded as well. It's coming at a cost, and they're coming hunting. If Sui peeks this, it's done. Simple is scoped in and dropped first. Mao's in a 5v4. How do Na'Vi fare without their AWP?
This gets really weird now. Na'Vi kind of have to slow it down. Minute and 5 seconds left, but that first attempt to find the opening has not panned out. And so instead, they're going to lend a bit more time to Ema. He gets it on credit as long as he pays back later on this flank up through the connector. Flash out over A. Alexi gets the spot of the CT player on ticket. Frozen mollied into the open, but with no AWP to punish. That kill is not gained for Na'Vi. Slash over. There's Ema paying forward that time up through the connector. Ema with one. Frozen snappy. And there's the reply. It's now just Ema in the hot seat. And he's got a lot of work to do. A wrap all the way through spawn. This time out of Yimfat. Time is running out for Ema. Going to try and plug in the numbers, but the ramp play can stop this right now. Yimpat looks to do it with the backstab, and so twice in a row, flanking players have uprooted Na'Vi's A play. First Xerxion, and now young Jimmy.
Hey, you asked how they do without their AWP. Apparently not as good as Mouse.
Yeah, a lot harder on this T side. Barely getting a bomb plant, and certainly not getting comfortable here in overtime. Mouse are making moves. Have you noticed the mid takes as well? Both of these rounds getting control, full control of middle, be that dropping under or Sui coming in and swinging con. Mouse are fighting for it. They're feeling invincible. And Na'Vi, not many rounds left to fight. One more pop through a Molotov. JL tries to run Frozen down. He's caught out in the open, but he just keeps sending.
What a play by JL.
Absolutely madman. And so now, Frozen back in the spawn. I mean, they know he's been here time and time again. One more from Frozen. Swift return into the 3-on-3. JL's picked up an AWP. What's going on here? He's really trying to be Mr. Everything, Mr. Everyman. JL swinging this wide.
But when you look at that, another flank.
Oh no, yeah, wait, this time it's Exertion embarking on it again, but a different route, a different end destination, this time through the apartments. That wasn't Frozen, that wasn't the guy in the site, the simple killed, and it never gets back to him. It never gets passed down the line. Frozen's seen this player in jungle, and now they pieced out the ramp. Oh, it's just bit left standing on the bomb. He's gonna go through the molly, and he can't, he won't survive it. So Mouse, 18, flawless on the CT side.
No way.
Rounds for Na'Vi, and a bomb stuck with flames to make the difference. They separate Bit from having any say in that 1v1.
What a round to win.
Wow.
And if you're JL, what are you thinking at this point? He ran up, did 60 damage, then he killed another guy, then he killed the guy connector as well. He literally was like, he couldn't do anything else.
And the one more round now, not fighting for 30, not wanting more bonus play, but wanting Na'Vi out of here in 3. Maus looking to make it so, and Simple's timing could not be worse. Torshi owns the angle as he searches on this A site. Maus on the precipice of a trophy, the final trophy. Up cat goes Zershan, they've got full mid control now. JL might have heard these steps though. Zershan gets into ladder, he can hang out. Bomb's gonna rotate around the world. Simple behind the smoke, so close. But yet so far, he will make the right move. Dodges death, but back to A. And they're even leaving JL as well. It's just Alexi, the captain, the sole defender of this site, as Maus are ready to end it tonight.
Exertion
so big.
Strikes first with JL gone. Alexi, last line of defense, last line to stop Maus from running away with this. He gets out with 1. Is that going to be enough for the Alexi B hold? 3 on 3, Simple scoped up, holding this line while Bit moves in. Trying to close the distance on the M4, but nothing being offered. Maus, they can feel it. It's coursing through their veins. Just Simple left to stop. One guy left to beat, and then Maus have done it. Out on an island, Simple falls, and the record will show that when we hit OT, Maus powered up. They fought harder. They hit harder. Phenomenal from Maus.
They terrorize the top 10. This young gun squad, number 7 in the world, number 6, number 3, number 2. They take them all. They take the trophy and they finish global offensive at the top of their game. 20 years average A's, and the Maus NXT squad end with glory.
Yeah, this really is something special. This is the changing of the guard. The victors here, not the big household names. It's not Simple, it's not Alexi, it's not Bit. It's the next generation, the next big thing, the next step. Whether that's Jimpa in a breakout year, looking phenomenal on this path to progress, surefire as he does it. Whether that's Shui linking back up with the boys after doing the impossible with Gamer Legion back in Paris. Whether that's Torshi reinventing his AWP antics and being lights out across this playoff run for Maus. From the Academy League to the big leagues, and now the ESL Pro League title, it's Maus!
What an absolutely surreal moment for Mouse Sports. Congratulations. Round of applause for Mouse Sports, everybody. I'm going to jump right over here in between because I want to talk to Frozen just real quickly. Frozen, hell of a day in the office. Did you think you were coming back in overtime?
Yeah, bro.
No doubt. No questions at all. Yeah, tell me about this, man. This is a big one to kind of hoist at the very end of the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's the last tournament of CSGO, right? Last time I lifted the
I think that's good, actually. That's a good thing, yeah. So, man of the hour, though, what do you think about your teammate, Jimmy?
I mean, my man is stepping up, you know. There is...
VP, that's weird. Yeah, that makes sense. Tell me about Jimmy. What do you think, bud? How you feel in this moment?
It's amazing. No words, out of words. It's amazing feeling.
Yeah, because you've never been here before, but you damn sure did it today. So congratulations, man. Anything you want to say?
Thank you for the support, guys. It's much love, much love.
Yeah, all right, all right. So let's do this properly. I'm going to hand this to you. We could go ahead and get these signed down there in the front. Everybody, let's just start filing them through. Again, yeah, leave some space. Round of applause for Mouse Sport.
Well, there you see it. Signing the signatures, ending a long road to get here, a journey they embarked upon so long ago. And I guess, Scrawny, we can't call them the Academy team anymore, can we?
No, I mean, again, right, the Maus NXT team that once was is now just the next generation of Counter-Strike. I think it's super poetic that they get to lift the last CSGO trophy, because we're talking about somebody like Frozen with years of experience in Tier 1 who gets to lift it at a Pro League for a second time. To me, Jason, it's like I was there in WePlay, I was there at Kyiv, I saw what this team had in potential, but much like watching Zywoo back at the Premier, like ESEA Premier, you think, you know, oh great, this looks really good, but it's like all about the context, right? Yeah. He dominated players at that level, and you're just watching this team and thinking, dude, the trade frags, the calls, it looks like it was good enough. And it took a little bit of time, but they got there.
It's almost like it's hard to predict. Like you can see the potential, but hard to see it's coming because of the competition. And then they step up, and it's been a grinding battle. And it hasn't been without the issues, without the problems. They had to make some tough decisions to get here. This is wonderful. You said it's poetic that they're the ones lifting the last trophy. I think it's poetic that they had to take down the greatest player of all time to get that trophy.
Dude, not just the greatest player, but some of the greatest teams on this run, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, this is a run that regardless of who
ends. FaZe, G2, Furia, Legends on all those teams.
It is an, no matter if this wasn't the last CSGO event, this is the kind of run just at that level with all of those scalps on the way. This is legitimate. It's uncontestable. This is not some Mickey Mouse result. This is an uncontestable, undeniable Tier 1 run from the Mouse boys. And some would say, we saw it coming.
Yeah, some would say that for sure. I mean, I'm astounded. I'm at a loss for words, kind of like Jimmy over there, just because who would have, like, coming into this event, you knew the potential was there, but did you think that Shui would power this team up this quickly? Had them playing top tier Counter-Strike as soon as he entered the team. And before we talk to a few more of the players, we've got Freya ready with the DHL MVP.
Oh yes, hotly requested by the audience here and you guys at home. Jimmy, your first ever Tier 1 LAN Grand Final. You not only take home the trophy, but you also take home our DHL MVP. Can you tell me what's going through your mind right now?
I'm just so happy, you know, out of words. It's amazing feeling, like, that's what I've been playing for 5 years at least, and now I reach it. So amazing.
Did you ever think that, you know, just a few months ago, when you joined Mouse in their main roster, that you would be ending out CSGO like this? You'd be lifting the final ever trophy?
Not really, no.
Did you feel like it today? You know, you were tested a little bit on that third map. We heard from Frozen, he believed in you closing out in overtime. Did you feel the same way?
Yeah, I believe to everyone, I believe to myself and also my teammates. Like, I knew we are going to close it.
I think the thing that blows our minds is that you're so damn young. You celebrated your 17th birthday here in Malta on the sofa with us. How do you stay so calm and collected and look so at ease, no nerves coming through in those moments?
I mean, I guess it has to do something with the team environment, because it's just so calm and so chill to play in the team, because everybody's just so nice to each other that there's kind of no pressure in any way. So I guess that's it.
One more question. I just want to give you the opportunity to say anything to the people watching at home, the people supporting you here. Anybody you want to say thank you to?
Terveisiä äidille, iskälle ja kiitos kaikille kannustajille ja nähdään.
Well, congratulations, Jimmy. You are our DHL MVP winner. I'll let you take this trophy, man. Congratulations.
DHL MVP, Jim Pat, and we are joined over here by Zershin, by Frozen. Well, first of all, you don't have a microphone, so what I'm going to do is, Connor, you take over. You take this bad boy.
Ребята, вот и закончился гранд-финал ESL Pro League. Честно, я удивлен. Я удивлен, я думал, все-таки Нави навяжут борьбу какую-то, но как-то не срослось. За мышек прям рад, наверное, прям, ну не сказать, что безумно, но удивили. Удивили, как они, в принципе, по всем прошлись. То есть, как сказали уже, Фурия, G2, Face, Энс. Как бы они выкинули всех, кто был на их пути. Где-то без проблем, где-то с проблемами, но все-таки они дошли. И как бы настолько раскатать фаворита, ну, это, наверное, все-таки сильно. Как бы Нави смотрелись хорошо, если не ошибаюсь, то в плей-офф они, по-моему, ни одной карты не проиграли, да? Вроде как. Они, по-моему, не отдали, они дошли до финала без поражений. Или из группы вышли без поражений. Я вот не помню. Ну, как-то они вроде прям очень хорошо шли. И настолько беззубая игра в финале. То есть, по факту, заруба была только более-менее на Мираже. Инферно как-то так, ну, разогревались, ладно, но это пик мышек был хорошо, можно списать было на это. Свой пик настолько провалить, как бы оверпас. При том, что тоже вроде пытались камбэчить, вроде как даже что-то получалось. Начало было такое же хорошее, как и у мышек, но потом что-то... Все-таки слишком большой отрыв, 11-4, но это хотя бы если бы 9-6 было бы, уже могли бы забрать карту, но не настолько все плохо. И... Ну, Мираж вы видели сами. Хотя на Мираже даже получилось вроде вырваться вперед, но тем не менее мышки дожали. Фрозен просто забожил. В раунде, где он смог раздефать, когда отбился от Симпла и прогнал бита и успел на морозе задефиться. Это прям что-то с чем-то было. Ну и... Вот, собственно, исход. Что ж, поздравляем мышек. Заслуженной победой. Заслуженно? Так, ну MVP DHL получил Джампан. Ну, почему-то кажется, Frozen заберет MVP турнира, а Тэшл ТВ. Ну, наверное... Мы с вами на этом закончим. В принципе, сейчас что? Сейчас пойдут разборы, 5-10, это уже... О, показалось, Хоббит стоит. Это уже... Нам не интересно, потому что мы смотрели все полностью. Большое спасибо всем, кто смотрел этот финал вместе со мной. Нас тут... Сколько было? 100 человек. 100 просмотров пошло. Вполне неплохо. Так, сколько? Мы 2.46 стримим. Ну, все замечательно. Что ж, спасибо всем большое. И до скорого. Увидимся на следующих трансляциях.